That's why I ride and I smoke. I stay on my grind cause I ain't going back to broke. Ask God for a sign and some hope. He said it's gonna take some time. Stay on your grind and get this dough. Stay on your grind and get this dough. Get this dough. Get this dough. Get this dough. Ask God for a sign and some hope. He said it's gonna take some time. Stay on your grind and get this dough. Stay on your grind and get this dough. This just ain't some shit I wrote. No, this strictly from the heart. This strictly from the soul. This strictly for my niggas doing digits, no parole. This strictly for myself and he ain't never coming home. This strictly for my granny sitting in the nursing home. She cry every time I see her cause she know I'm getting grown. This strictly for my niggas, fuck these bitches and these hoes. Yeah, I know you love her, but you better on your own. Don't ask a nigga for nothing, lil' nigga, go get your own. Get paper by any mean, even if it's doing wrong. My daddy tryna grip me, act like he can't use a phone. These niggas tryna kill me, so that's why I keep it chrome. You think it's a joke till you come up dead. Don't be fucking with my folks and don't be fucking with my bread. You think it's a joke till you come up dead. Don't be fucking with my folks and don't be fucking with my bread. That's why I ride and I smoke. I stay on my grind cause I ain't going back to broke. Ask God for a sign and some hope. He said it's gonna take some time. Stay on your grind and get this dough. Stay on your grind and get this dough. Get this dough. Get this dough. Get this dough. Ask God for a sign and some hope. He said it's gonna take some time. Stay on your grind and get this dough. Stay on your grind and get this dough. The nigga, get on your grind. You can't be pussyfootin' and you can't be wasting time. If you ain't getting money, then you must be out your mind. You focus on them bitches and them bitches out your line. They got Whitney in my hood and they got Bobby by the pine. I think it's too much violence and I think it's too much crime. That's just how it go. It's really how it be. I would never pay for pussy and my dick was never free. R.I.P. That's why I ride and I smoke. I stay on my grind cause I ain't going back to broke. Ask God for a sign and some hope. He said it's gonna take some time. Stay on your grind and get this dough. Stay on your grind and get this dough. Get this dough. Get this dough. Get this dough. Ask God for a sign and some hope. He said it's gonna take some time. Stay on your grind and get this dough. Stay on your grind and get this dough.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel like chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. Cause the love you give, it can't be replaced. So no one else can do what you do. That's why I spend my life with you. I wanna please you in any way I can. I wanna share my world, don't you understand? Your love is a one in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give all day long. Your love is a one in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give me a really good feeling all day long. Turn me inside out, make my heart beat. Leave no one else. You're all I need. Personality, everything you do makes me love everything about you. Your smile, your style, so fly. You can't deny. I got a crush on you, and that's truly. And I'm digging you. You make me believe. Love is one in a million. You give me a really good.
You're gonna dig this.
Hey, yo, Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's backpack, capital one. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man, A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the Swac, pull up where you at, no cap. If the Brody is speaking the soft facts, my advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeants are with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he offered the least. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walk it, cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets.
Man, God, dog, I got the best theme song on YouTube. I don't care what nobody talking about, because ain't nobody else got no YouTube theme songs. Hey, appreciate y'all for tuning in again. I'm back again. Hey, listen, this is going to, I love this. This is what I love, man. Top 40 HBCU players, possibility of getting drafted on NFL Scouts. I'm telling you, this is what it's all about. All right, exposure, getting the kids to the next level, and doing all that. Before I get into this show, listen, shout out to the FAMU coach that sent me the article. All right, now I won't put his name out there because I didn't know if he gave me permission to be like, but you know who you are. Appreciate you. You sent me. He sent it to me. He was like, "Hey, thank me later." You know what I'm saying? I read it. I was like, "Oh, this is good. I got to do a show about this one." So yeah, appreciate it. That's what's up. And I can't say nothing but thank you again. So appreciate it. Shout out to the FAMU coach. All right. Now listen, today, what I'm talking about today is not from me. Okay. I did not write this article. I did not give my opinion on this article. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the article up and we're going to discuss it. All right. We're going to discuss it. If you want to read the full article, it's in the description below, as well as the author who wrote it. Okay. Make sure you go to his YouTube. This is the author, Jordan Reid at thedraftnetwork.com. All right. Jordan Reid at thedraftnetwork.com. I got his Instagram below. If you want to read the full article, go to the Draft Network. It's on the top banner. It's dope. I'm telling you, you want to read the whole thing. It's legit. We're only doing 20. All right. I'm saying that again. We're only doing 20. All right. So I want to share something with you guys real quick. This is the guy who actually wrote the article. Let me bring it up a little bigger. All right. Go follow him on Instagram. Tell him Scotty sent you. All right. That's the guy. He's a journalist, does this. He was a former quarterback at North Carolina Central, as a matter of fact. You know, small world. But yes, that is him. This is the guy. And this is whose article we are going to be addressing today. All right. So listen, before you guys go over there snitching, because I know how some of you viewers are, y'all be like, "Oh my God, Scotty is talking about your article." Like, I reached out to him. Okay, because I know how you guys like to be snitching. That's how King Clark called my channel crying. All right, being Maddie emotional. All right, he was mad emotional. All right. So once, you know, I don't be caring, but I'm just letting you know ahead of time, just anybody in case somebody wants to snitch. I already reached out to him, told him, "Hey, is it okay if I use your article in my next live show?" He said, "Yeah, sure, cool." And I told him I would like to get him on the channel sometime just to talk about how he broke it down, how he gets his information. And he said we can make that happen. Just let it know. So probably mid-season, I'm going to reach out to him and get him on the channel and we'll talk more about it. All right. So here we go. All right. Here we go, yo. Here we go. So what's the scenario? Okay. First up, number 20. All right, is Jalen Thigpen. All right, so I'm gonna read this. Hopefully you guys can see this on your end, but if not, I'm gonna read it to you. It said number 20 says a pleasant surprise when creating this list. When studying a play on another team, Thigpen consistently jumped off the screen. His best games came against Southern, PV, and Grambling. During the spring season, Thigpen enjoyed a breakout year as he led the conferences in pass breakups, 7, and tied for the SWAC lead in interceptions with 5. He's a very versatile player on the back end. He's used all over the place, experiencing reps on the roof of the defense, but primarily as a low safety in the edge of the defense. He is a no-nonsense safety that makes offenses aware of his location on the field with little regard for his body. He isn't shy about running through the opposition at top speed with plenty of attention-grabbing hits. He's a hard-hitting safety that's also have above-average ball skills and knowledge in coverage. Shout out to Jalen Thigpen, number 20. Now, you know, if you watch Cut Day for any bit of time, all right, if you watch Cut Day for any bit of time, you know that's his guy right there. He is a fan of Jalen. All right, he is a fan of Jalen Thigpen. I'm telling you right now. So he's being called this one. So all right, so that's 20. All right, 20. Now listen, I want you guys to give me your top 5. All right, I want you guys to guess who is in his top 5. All right. I want you guys to put in the comments below. Also, you can call in. All right. You know, the call number is always open, 516. Let me see. Go back up here. You already know the call number is 516-259-9041. Okay. Give me your top 5. Guess his top 5, but also give me your top 5 of who should be top 5 in this list. All right. So give me your top 5 real quick. All right. And, we going and I want you guys, listen, this is interactive, man. Like I want you guys to give your opinions. You can call it any time to talk about, you know, who you have, who's up on this list, who's not on this list or whatever. But at the same time, you know, give me your top 5 in your chat. You can call in when I get to number 5 or when I get to number 6. You can go ahead and call in and talk about your top 5 or process elimination, however you want to do it. But we're gonna make this thing. No, I do not want only seniors. I do not want only seniors. Whoever you, junior and seniors. All right. So his is grad seniors, red shirt seniors, red shirt, I think red shirt juniors as well as juniors. So he has a few juniors in this list, but mostly they are seniors, but there are a few juniors on this list. All right. Going to number 19, you have Mark Evans. Now, Mark Evans, you know, that's Blues guy. All right. That is Blues guy. Blue Bloods. He loved him some Mark Evans from Arkansas Pine Bluff. Check his interview out that they did with him. Pretty good guy, pretty good interview. After failing to receive any D1 offers, Evans signed a letter of intent with Navarro Junior College, but Pine Bluff extended an offer to him prior to graduation. All right, suiting up for the Golden Lions proved to be a blessing in disguise as he went on to become one of the best offensive tackles in the conference. Evans, the second, is considered the rock of the team's offensive front. His attitude, finishing ability show up on tape, likely transitioning to guard. Yes, I do believe he was right. I think Evans is about like 6'3". If you see, it's like he's about 6'2", 6'3", 295. He'd definitely be a guard in the NFL. He would not be a tackle. But yes, definitely worth it. Playing plenty, motivated. He's been vocal about wanting to return to the SWAC title after failing to the Alabama A&M. All right. Number 18. Ezra Gray, all right, one of the biggest beneficiaries of 2021 spring season. Gray took advantage of the spotlight and went on to have a career year for the Hornets, rushing for a career high 195 and 23 carries against Jackson State. That performance squarely put Gray on the map. He's a small runner, but Gray has plenty of speed, and that's evident on the open field. His game tapes from the spring. An easy cutter, make you miss type back in the open field. He's a running back to keep an eye on during the finale at Alabama State. Also a scholar student. He graduated with a degree last fall. All right. Now listen. Let me see. OFFScript. I know you saw the video. You know I did. Now you know I did, Cut. You know I did. All right. CFL, yeah, he's great at the Blue Bloods. He was just outside my top 5, but if you're in a hybrid safety, I keep him at 6. Dante Moore, DMV product, Ezra Gray stock going to keep going up. That is correct, CFL. Listen, now the thing with Ezra Gray for me, all right, I love Ezra Gray, but I think he should be in a zone blocking scheme. To me, okay, I'm just going to give you my opinions, all right? when it comes to Ezra Gray, he is not a boom bop running back to me. All right. Now, listen, when I say a boom bop, I'm thinking LaShawn McCoy, Le'Veon Bell. Who else you want to talk about? I think when you're a running back, you gotta have wiggles. All right. You gotta have the wiggles. When you're like, this is what I want in a running back. I'm not saying what you want to when I want in a running back is I want somebody who can boom bop you in the hole and then get out. Now, Ezra Gray is a great zone running back. If you get this boy in a zone running scheme like the old Denver, the Houston Texans when they had what's the old coach from Denver who won the Super Bowl? That guy. That's what I look. That's this kind of scheme Ezra Gray needs. Now, I don't know how his vision is. I don't know if he can hit that backside cut. You know, when the zone read goes, you read the backside cut if it's there for a wash. But Ezra Gray is a one-cut gone guy. If he sees the hole, he's going to put his foot in the ground. If you miss the angle, he is out of there. Mike Shanahan. Yes, Mike Shanahan. And then the other one is the guy who had he coached for Denver and he got like a heart attack or something like that and then left, but whatever. He won the Super Bowl with Peyton Manning, but that he has the same zone running scheme as well. So that's what I think he needs to be in. That's what I think he'll be great at, a zone running scheme. All right. But he's not my favorite back in the SWAC because I like a boom bop, like sit you down and get out. That's my type of back, but he's still awesome. Still awesome. Very explosive, right? Number 17. Listen, you're doing something right if you a punter and special teams on this list, okay? Chris Fadul. And the only way I know how to pronounce this because I've seen a lot of FAMU games. All right, I watched a lot of FAMU games. This boy is special. Okay, after a brief success of former high-level punter Marquise King and current Cleveland Brown Jamie Scottish Hammer Gillian, the floodgates have opened to finding punting talent in the HBCU ranks. Fadul is the potential next in line for successful specialists, named as a first-team AP FCS All-American. Not SWAC, FCS. All right, respect to Fadul. Put some respect on Fadul's name. Do you hear me? 2018 season, he became the first Rattler since Leroy Van. That's the return specialist who was super amazing. He had a whole special on ESPN Game Day. I remember him. In 2009, to earn that type of national notoriety, in 2009, Fadul averaged a booming 46 yards per punt, the second best mark in FCS. Put some respect on my man Fadul's name. All right, that's what's up. That is not Dan Reeves. It's the other guy. Not Dan Reeves. It's another guy. He used to coach for the Texans as well. All right. Number 16. I know he ain't going to like it, but Zay. Coming in at 16 is Zay Moore. Big play, Zay. All right. Alabama A&M. Jordan goes on to say the lanky target in the head coach Connell Maynard's potent offense not only proved to be team's go-to target, but he also led the SWAC in receiving yards with 1,057 yards on 58 receptions, while also finishing 6th in the conference in touchdowns with 9 in 2019. Battling injuries during the spring season, he finished with 363 yards and 5 touchdowns, saving his best performance for last in the SWAC title game against Arkansas Pine Bluff. He collected 4 receptions for 138 yards and 2 tubs. Put some respect on my man Big Play Zay's name. He's primarily the team's X receiver. Moore uses wide catching radius to win vertically on multiple occasions. While not a burner, he's been able to take advantage of the underneath opportunities and 50-50 chances along the sideline. Entering the next season with a bulk of their offensive weapons returning, the Bulldogs expected to once again be one of the most explosive groups in the conference. Big Play Zay will be a big part of that. Shout out to Zay for being number 16. I know he's going to be like, I should be higher on this list because that's how Zay get down. But, hey, man, you're doing your thing. Keep doing it. All right. Gary Kubiak. There we go. Gary Kubiak. That's the right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Gary Kubiak. He does his own running scheme as well. All right. Does it really well, by the way. All right. Number 15. And a guy I had on, and my girl absolutely loves this dude. Shamar Bridges, Fort Valley State. Shout out to the wide receiver coach who put me on to his hands and gave me the interview. Great young man, great kid. All right. A player that's flying heavily heavily under the radar. He's not, because you know who got an interview with him? This guy. I saw it. No, I didn't really see it. The receiver coach told me he's legit, so I took his word for it. But listen, the dude is legit. All right, the dude is legit. Let's get back to this announcement. All right. A player that's flying heavily under the radar. Bridges actually flirted with the draft process last spring and almost declared, but reversed course and opted to return for his final season. Originally starting his career at Tusculum 2016, he decided to transfer following his redshirt sophomore season after struggling to find a role in the offense. Playing in only 6 games through 2 seasons on the field, he found the larger role that was seeking after transferring to Fort Valley, recording 51 catches, 765 yards, and 4 touchdowns during his first season. It was the spring season where the intrigue began to grow with Bridges. Only playing 2 games last spring, he recorded 13 receptions, 300 receiving yards, and 2 tubs. A leader, a kid who isn't afraid to work hard, was a quote shared to me from his coach inside the facility by Bridges. If there's a deep sleeper that could heavily benefit from pre-draft all-star game circuit and prove his worth as the potential draftable player, Bridges is a prime candidate to pay attention to, baby. Shout out to the coach at Fort Valley State, the wide receiver coach who put me on to my mans. Listen, I did an interview with him. You talking about a boy straight out of Florida. He's that. And you talking about a man willing to work hard. He's that as well. All right. That's what's up. Yep. There she go. There's my lady. There's my lady. Awesome player. I told y'all she love him. All right. Let's go. All right. Next up. Now, all these players are not from the Swac. All right. Next one up is from Norfolk State, Deshaun Dixon, the edge rusher. Shout out to Odoms. That's his new guy. A bit of a late bloomer. Dixon was primarily used as a designated pass rusher during the first 2 seasons of his career. All right. 2019, the last time the Spartans were on the field, was the first time in his collegiate career that he was a full-time starter. Starting in 9 of the 12 games that he appeared, Dixon proved to be high-energy edge rusher that simply relies on that heavily. The best games on tape I saw from Dixon came against North Carolina Central and South Carolina State. Shout out to Deshaun Dixon for making it. I believe Odom is going to get you right, get you up there. All right. Next 13 is Joshua Pryor, inside D lineman of Bowie State. All right. Shout out to Maryland. You know, DMV, you're good with me. All right, he's not from Maryland, but he plays for Bowie State, so that counts for me. All right. They said Dixon is nasty. All right. So let's get to this. A hidden gem has been discovered throughout the summer. Pryor was a menace for the Bulldogs defense in 2019. He recorded 25 tackles for loss and 13 sacks, including 3 games where he recorded at least 2 sacks. All right. A strong finish to his redshirt sophomore campaign. The last 3 games where Pryor touched the playing surface, he recorded 27 tackles, 9 tackles for loss, and 5.5 sacks. His strong conclusion has put him on the radar of notable all-star contests, including the being named mentioned in small school Saturday tweets by Jim Nagy, the director of the Reese Senior Bowl. That's what's up. Shout out to Dennis. All right. Douglas, let me see what you got. Tang said Akil, Nugget, Felix, Bell, Jordan Lewis. All right. I got a completely different list when it comes to potential, though. That's what's up. Appreciate it. Top 5. Douglas Bender said Akil, Jordan Lewis, Marquise Bell, Keontae Hampton, Felix Harper. All right. You must be a little. I feel like you're a little JSU homer, but I'm gonna let you rock with that. Appreciate the top 5. Remember, guys. Hey, listen, get your top 5s, and I want to know. Guess your top 5. All right, give me your top 5. What do you think Jordan's going with? Who would be your top 5? All right, let me get some of those. All right. So next one up is everybody's man, Xavier Smith. Everybody wants to know. All right. A former walk-on, Smith has not only turned into one of the most important players on the Rattlers roster, but arguably one of the most explosive players in FCS ranks. Processing his unique quickness and electric routes, it didn't take long for him to stand out in Tallahassee. Because of the pandemic, the last time we saw Smith play a full season came in 2019. The then redshirt sophomore led the Mid-Eastern Athletic with 77 catches, over 1,100 yards, and was only receiving the conference to pass the century mark while finishing second in touchdowns with 11. All right. I know that's everybody's main man, 100 grand. All right. He's number 12. He is not in his top 5. All right. Number 12. All right. We coming down. He said, I'm a brave. All right. Xavier's way too low. I don't know. All right. Coming up at number 11. Listen, I appreciate Jordan for putting these linemen in as high as he's putting them, because remember, you want the Swac to send linemen to the league. You know what I'm saying? Like the guy from the Saints who plays tackle. I know Blue Bloods is probably going to drop that in there for me. His name, I think it's Cam something. If I'm not mistaken, it's Cam something. But you want linemen to start going to the league, because the more linemen you send to the league, the better your skill position players have. All right. Because everybody knows a team is built from the inside out. So the more linemen you can send to the league is better for your division, because now they're coming looking for certain players because they feel you're a factory. All right. That's what I'm saying. So listen up very closely. Southern is probably going to become next to Arkansas Pine Bluff, because they sent the guy there to the league. But I think Southern, if Southern gets this thing rolling, they could become a factory of offensive linemen, because I'm telling you, them boys as a unit. Teron Armstead, thank you so much. All right, Teron Armstead, thank you guys. All right, if Southern can get these linemen get sent to the draft, getting drafted, even maybe a little bit undrafted, but still get some clout, get on the team, make an active roster. Listen, you're asking for you. That's how you also get attention. It ain't all about Dion. It's about having great talent, finding great talent, cultivating great talent, and getting them players in there. All right, let's get to Cam Dooley, Tennessee State. Well-traveled and diverse player. Dooley spent most of his childhood in Saudi Arabia. Wow. Where he played basketball, most notably baseball, participated in the Little League World Series as a pitcher. Wow, a 2-star recruit coming out of 2015 recruiting cycle. Dooley's career started at Kansas, where he didn't join the program until 2016. As a true freshman, Dooley only experienced playing time during the Jayhawks season opener. A torn ACL forced him to redshirt in 2017. After that point, he opted in the transfer portal and landed at Tennessee State. Returning back to full health during 2019, Dooley went on to start in 10 games, played in 12, continuing to build on success. He started in 5 games last season, missed 2 due to injury, and was named a first-team All-OVC recipient. That's what's up. All right, that's what's up. And Titus Howard, thank you, Drizzy. Appreciate you. All right, first rounder. That's what's up. All right, now listen. You already know if Dante's in here, you already know what he liking. Top 10, his son, the DB. You know the best DB in the game, corner in the game. Nugget Warren, all right? Another one of the few underclassmen to appear on this list. Warren has a unique football journey. After being deemed ineligible for his final 2 seasons of high school, Warren resurfaced at Lackawanna Junior College, where he went on to become the top-ranked JUCO corner in the country. Considered to be a heavy Georgia lean, he shocked many by verbally committing and eventually signing with Jackson State. Often referred to by the nickname Nugget, Warren didn't disappoint during his first season. Considered to be very raw as his first year in junior college was his first one ever playing corner. With another successful season on his belt, many believe that Warren could declare early following his junior season. Warren is one of the few non-senior prospects on this list as a result. All right, you already know how I feel about Dejan. I mean, the kid is special, just flat out special. All right. Now, coming down to number 9. All the Southern fans are going to love this one. All the Southern fans, okay? Jordan Lewis out of Southern, okay? Out of Southern. Got it? Let's get it. Jordan Lewis, athlete. I like that he put him as an athlete, okay? Because, listen, he might be a strong safety, all right, in the box safety at the next level, or an outside linebacker. It's just that simple. If you see what Dallas is doing with Keanu Neal and put him as a linebacker so he can cover, he can be quicker and cover in space, that could be Jordan Lewis at the next level. I'm just saying. All right. So shout out to Southern for having Jordan Lewis on here. One of the most celebrated players in the country. There wasn't an award that Lewis wasn't a candidate the following 2021 season, spring season, as listed at 195. He deployed as a defensive end and was a terror off the edge. He finished with FCS leading 15 tackles for loss and 10 and a half sacks. Like 7 of them came against Jackson State, but we're not going to talk about that. On his way to becoming the first player ever from the Swac to win the Buck Buchanan Award, congratulations, which honors are the top defensive player in FCS. It's a rare to see prospects slide back levels on the defense. But because of his size, Lewis will likely be asked to play outside linebacker or safety. Listen, I did not read that before I'm telling you this. So I'm being honest. I skimmed it. I did not read it. So I did not know he was going to say safety. I truly believe he could be a strong safety at the next level. Having added experience on the first level could be beneficial to his role as a blitzer. Coaches rave about his athleticism, which has since high school set school records, 110 meter hurdles in the Florida Classic 2A state champion hurdles. And watch If you want to know more about that, go check out Cut Day's video. He has a whole cut up of Jordan Lewis on his channel, and he'll give you more background and history, and he'll go more into that. All right. On tape, it doesn't take long to find number 32. His hustle and relentless to wreak havoc stood out during the first minute of the first game that I watched him play, which was against Alabama State, where he had 4 sacks to go along with 11 tackles. Woo! Killing them boys. Killing them boys. That's Jordan Lewis from Southern. Okay, that's Jordan Lewis from Southern coming in at number 9. All right. I got Terrence with he got a kill, Marquise, Jair, Nugget, Jadakiss. Jadakiss Bond. I like that name. All right. I'm really interested to see what corner other than Durant is above Warren. Jacoby, he's talking about. He's happy with his rating. Shiloh, Quadari. Boy, sit your JSU ass down, boy. Hybrid safety blitzing off the edge like Jamal Adams. Yes, but I don't think he is as forceful as Jamal, but or his size. But yeah, I agree with you, Drizzy, on this one. All right. Coming in at number 8. Keenan Forbes, old lineman, Florida A&M. I'm telling y'all, the more old linemen you can get in this top 10, the better chances of y'all getting recruited. People need some linemen. You can never have enough linemen, all right? It's been a long road. For Forbes. Originally attending Iowa State out of the Everglades, he only spent 1 season there as a redshirt player. Following that, he decided to attend Coffeyville Community College in Kansas. Now, listen, if you have not heard about Coffeyville, it is very, very hard to get into if you're not from the state of Kansas. They only take like 10 players out of state. All right. So you got to be legit, first of all. All right. Just let's let that be known. From there, he went on to sign with Washington State. After only spending the spring of 2018 there, he transferred to Florida A&M, a Florida native. After a hectic beginning to the early portions of his career, he found a landing spot in his home state and has flourished ever since. Projecting best along the interior at either guard spot, Forbes is a thickly built offensive lineman who shows a lot of power and point of attack. As exhibited with his first team All-MEAC selection a season ago, he showed that he can remain consistent in the area. Scouts will be paying attention to him next season. Earning his degree last spring, Forbes wanted to remain in Tallahassee and continue to prove his worth as the program will be competing in a new conference, the Swac. Forbes is expected to move to tackle this season. Listen, all right, JSU, you better listen. Better get your together. All right, they said they got some boys on the offensive line. Y'all got some dogs. Florida A&M got some dogs too. All right. So don't play. All right, now it's Gaddy. All right. Yeah, I don't see you on this list, but Keenan Forbes is. So you might want to come see that man. All right. Just saying it like that. All right. Let me see. No, now it's Gaddy can't be blocked. Boy, sit down. Hey, Nazir Curry. We'll see that matchup. We'll see that matchup next Sunday. We'll see that matchup. For Keenan Forbes against Niles Gaddy. We'll see who won because I'll be there live. All right. Can't be blocked. Boy, sit down. That boy not even on this list. Anyway, continuing on. Before I was so rudely interrupted. All right. Number 7. Jadakiss Bonds. You already know what it is from Hampton. All right. A player that is, hey, listen, if you want to know more about Jadakiss Bonds, actually HBCU Game Day did a great article on him, talking about him, how he got his name and all that type of stuff. Check that out on their page on HBCU Game Day. All right, a player that is still flying under the radar, Bonds is the first and one of the few underclassmen to appear on this list. A multi-sport athlete during his time at Riverside High, North Carolina, he went on to become a 1,000-point scorer in basketball. Originally committed to East Carolina, but his grades altered his college path to where he ended up signing with Hampton. Proving to be a steal for the Pirates over his final 2 high school seasons, Bond collected 1,700 yards and 102 catches with 24 touchdowns. God almighty. He was killing these Bamas. After being sandwiched in the middle of the depth chart as a freshman, he quickly turned into being the team's primary target as one of the best receivers in FCS during a breakout second season. Bonds recorded 70 receptions, 943 yards, and 15 touchdowns. A slinky-built but dynamic threat, he had success with catching the ball at all 3 levels of the field. In 2019, he recorded 5 multi-score games, including setting a Big South Conference record of 5 consecutive games with a touchdown catch. Aha! You better y'all better not play with this Jadakiss. That's in real life and on the football field. That's in the bars, boy. You know what I'm saying? Let's bet 10 push-ups of what? What's the push-ups, Curry? Like push-ups, what? Like Niles Gaddy is not going to get a sack on. Like, how are you going to make that bet, my guy? Like, that doesn't make any sense. All right. So coming in at number 6, Joshua Williams, cornerback, Fayetteville State. So this is one of your questions, CFL. This is another corner that's in front of Nugget. Easily one of the most athletic players from this list that I watched on tape. Williams is a linear. Oh, my bad. I hope I said that right. Built corner, but plays with the intensity of an inside line, with an intensity of a linebacker and run support. Despite having a wiry frame, he's stout in the run support, wastes little time with coming downhill, and takes pride in striking ball carriers. With the Broncos experimenting with a mixture of coverages, Williams has the most success in off-man. His fluidity and ability to turn and run with ease were noticeable. His 13 pass breakups in 2019 placed him tied for the 5th best in Division II ranks. This program that's starting to churn out NFL-worthy talent as the teams produce offensive tackle Keon Smith, who signed with the Atlanta Falcons last season, as one of the team's higher paid undrafted free agents. Williams possibly could be the next in line with another strong season. Already on the 2020 Senior Bowl watch list, he's a prospect that could see his stock boosted with another productive year. Number 6, Joshua Williams, Fayetteville State. Just listen. See, this is how I know you don't know football, Nazir. His sacks could come any amount of ways, my guy. His sacks could come from a quarterback holding the ball too long. His sacks come for the quarterback rolling out the pocket. He runs them down. Sacks can come any amount of ways, my guy. Like, and if you're getting your reports from the pregame show, bro, that's like getting your stuff from Fox News. All right, that's like listening to Lauren Haggerty or whatever their people's name is Fox. Stop it. Stop it. You bet not come in here talking about according to reports, he cannot be blocked. Boy, sit down. Sit down. You just graduated. You don't know what you're talking about. Man, come on, man. Stop it. All right. Top 5. All right. Listen, we hitting the top 5 right now. I need to know who the top 5 is. Why are you hating on Gaddy? You haven't seen him play. I don't think nobody's seen him play. That's the point. Yo. Listen, bro. Listen, Charles Moon. All right, this is how this works, my guy. I'm sorry. Listen, this is my thing with that, right? The whole point, Charles, is what I'm saying is I haven't seen him play, but at the end of the day, nobody's seen him play. So your point is not proven. The point that this man said Niles Gaddy can't be blocked tells me that you don't know what you're talking about. Because if he goes into a game and gets blocked, then what are you going to say? Well, that's what I'm saying. Explain to me how you going to explain to me. And listen, this is a live call-in show, my guy. So, Charles, if you really for the smoke, you can always call in and we can talk about it. But in saying with you, Nazir, like that's why I don't listen. Don't live in the comments with me. Call into the show. We can have a discussion. But what I'm saying is that you saying, oh, Niles Gaddy can't be blocked. Niles Gaddy's been killing in practice. That's like telling me that Garrett Gilbert from the Cowboys in preseason is an All-American. That shit does not matter. It does not matter. It doesn't matter what he does in practice. It doesn't. All right. Now, I'm not saying he's garbage. I'm not saying that. That never came out of my mouth. I never said he's trash. Like, I'll happily call you trash. I'll do you like Kwame Brown. I'll call you a bust. I'll call you trash. I'll happily sit on it. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, don't hype somebody up and you've never seen them. That's all I'm saying. He has no film. No, say it again, CFL. And listen, this is the JSU homer right here. He has no film, none whatsoever. And show me any film on him coming out the pregame show. Show me any of that. Show me any of that. Show me him one-on-one and with somebody, killing with a spin move, killing them with a push and pull. Show me any film. All right, show me something. Everybody else they showing highlights of Shador. They talking about people getting picks. Show me some film, bro. So like until that happens, don't miss me with all the reports say. Reports, they are paid by Jackson State. That tells me enough. That tells me enough. And first of all, Deion is the king of marketing. So you think if they were doing bad, you think Deion would put anything out about them doing bad? Come on, man. Y'all gotta be smarter than this. Y'all got to be smarter than this. Like, really? Sources say Jackson State. They're all closed. Every practice is closed. The scrimmages are closed. So guess who those sources are? People getting paid by Jackson State. Newsflash. Come on, man. Y'all got to be shitting me right now, bro.
If you think I'm here to play around with y'all, God damn it on that.
Yo, man, y'all got to be smarter than this. Got to be smarter than this. I'm just saying, got to be. All right, like, yeah. Listen, my mama would say, I was born that night, but I wasn't born last night. Okay, and they are really, really pulling the wool over your eyes. Now, listen, once again, guys, I'm not saying that Jackson State is not going to be good. I believe they're going to be amazing, but don't give me stuff from. I got to see it on the field. All right. Hey, don't disrespect my man Chris Broussard. I am a fan. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm a big fan of Chris. Don't do it. All right. So that's my point. I'm not saying Niles Gaddy is bad. I'm not saying none of that. All I'm saying is that pump the brakes. Like I said, I think Jackson State's going to be legit, especially their defense. Who is this guy? Who is this guy? He was a walk-on at Tennessee State. Show me some film. That's all it needs to tell you. Show me some film. Don't worry, I'll wait. Show me some film, Nazir Curry. Show me some stats, Nazir Curry. You know who was a walk-on? Xavier. You know who was a walk-on? Abdul. Those are walk-ons that have actually produced. You know who was a walk-on? J.J. Watt at Wisconsin. Oh, you didn't know that, I bet, Nazir, because you just graduated, so you wouldn't know that. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about, Nazir? You listen. You had to not. You listen, bro. You couldn't have graduated. Not thinking like that. Not thinking like that. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Man, you better stop it. Stop it. Man, listen. I'm not about to waste my time with you, Nazir. He was a walk-on at Tennessee. With what stats? With what? Listen, I'm not even gonna go there. Not even gonna go there. Not gonna go there. You came on here with reports of QB1 at practice, though, so now you don't listen. My reports don't come from the pregame show. Let's be very clear about that, Mr. Charles Moon. Once again, who can call into the show and have a discussion and not be in the chat. My sources do not come from the pregame show. Not never. Do you hear me? Not never. I don't listen. Nah. So I get my stuff from inside. Okay? So don't play me, Charles Moon. Don't play me. Anywho, back to this top five before I was so rudely interrupted. All right? Let's get it. Jair Carter, and I hope I'm saying that right. Apologies if I'm not. The Southern got another one on here. Southern, okay? Listen, this boy is a load. Legit load. Last year, David Moore was one of the small school offensive linemen that went on to boost their stock significantly even during a lost season. A similar occurrence could happen with Carter. He's listed at 275 on his label, but coaches have mentioned that his weight has hovered around 305. Woo! That's a big boy right there, man. Telling you. Playing left tackle only for the Jaguars since arriving on campus. He's blossomed during the spring season. Carter is the name to keep on the radar with a full slate of games scheduled in the fall. He's a player that could continue to strengthen his resume and lead to the invitation to participation in multiple postseason All-Star games. His athleticism as a pass protector is the trait that his game centers around. Still needing polish in other areas, some teams may view him as an intriguing, project-worthy late-round draft choice. Man, let's go. And that's a big boy. Let's just say that. That is a big, big boy. No homo. All right. Charles, you don't want it with me, Charles. You don't want it with me, Charles. Because I will expose what you're talking about right now, Charles. So let me be very clear. Since you want to play this game with me, Charles, I know every film. I'm gonna say it with you. I'm speaking directly to you. Any successful touchdown that Shedeur has thrown in the pregame has been against the number 2s. That is facts for your ass. So, however you want to call it, negative, positive, anything you've seen against touchdowns on the pregame show has come against the 2s in the scrimmage. I'll make that very clear, in the scrimmage. All right. So don't play me. All right. All I do is report. Don't play me, my guy. Don't do that. All right. It's not a negativity about Shedeur. It's none. I'm just telling you what it is. And hold on, let me see. And CFL, he has, if you want to check all the film out, you can go to CFL's channel and watch the film. And if you pause it and zoom into the players, the numbers don't match up, my guy, of number 1s. So check yourself. Check yourself. That's all I'm saying, Moon. Check yourself. I don't need to put that information out. What benefit does that do? What benefit does that do for me? Because if I put the information out, at the end of the day, it could be one or two ways. It could be that the defense of Jackson State is just that damn good. The number 1s are just that damn good. Or Shedeur is that bad. But either way, it still has to go down on Sunday. So everything that is being discussed is going to get settled on Sunday. So what good does that do? Like when the pregame show talks about Naz Gaddy getting 5 sacks, what does that matter? It doesn't. It does not. So what are we talking about? Everything will be settled on Sunday. If now Gaddis is that dude, it's going to be seen on Sunday. And you know who's going to break the film down? I am. And if I'm wrong, I'll be the first one to come on here. But boy, that boy Naz Gaddy is legit. I can't even fake. That boy was killing them boys. I'll be the first one to say it. I don't care if I'm wrong, but I'm going to tell you facts. I'm going to tell you facts. So it just is what it is. All right, going to number 4. Guaranteeing Gaddy would dominate with literally no evidence to support that claim is like going out for hot dogs when you got steak at home. Makes no sense. I don't like the analogy, but I get his point. All right. To me, it's like going out for hot dogs and be like, I'm going to go somewhere that you know probably doesn't have hot dogs. Like, why would you go there? Like, you don't even know if they have hot dogs or not. Did you look it up? Did you check? Like, that's more my analogy, but I get what he's saying, though. Charles, call in. How can you be so heavy in the Twitter fingers, but you can't call? I don't understand that. All right, going back to the list. All right. Number 4, you know who it is. That bad man from Alabama A&M, Akil Glass. After planning to attend Florida International out of Lutheran North High School in Missouri, a coaching chain reset the recruiting deck for Glass and it proved to be a blessing in disguise. He is now the engineer of explosive Alabama A&M attack. During the 2019 season, Glass led the conference with 273 completions and passing yards of 3,600, a magical season that was capped off with a victory in the Swac championship game over Arkansas Pine Bluff. Glass was able to successfully unlock the next stage of his development while also becoming more of a vocal leader. Earning Swac Offensive Player of the Year honors, he went on throwing 1,300 passing yards and 16 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions despite battling through 35 days without having a game during COVID cancellations. A civil engineer major. He's entering the final stage of earning his master's degree and is praised for his smarts off the field. Jesus Christ. The level of intelligence has carried over to the field as well as he's pieced together back-to-back standout seasons. Glass has led the conference in many categories as well as averaged 338 passing yards per game, aiming for a final hoorah with the entire conference back in action. Glass is aiming to stamp his status as one of the top signal callers in all FCS ranks. Let's go. Now, listen, I want you guys to focus on this right here. Glass led the conference in many categories as he averaged 338 yards. I have said this before. If you don't average 300 yards a game, you're not the guy. I don't care what you want to call me. I do not care. If you have less than 300 yards per game, you are a game manager. All right. Or your scheme is not through you. I can make that as well. I'll make that assumption as well. The scheme is not through you, or you're a game manager. And I stand by that. All right. Like on what's the movie? American Gangster. Blue Magic. It's a name, it's a brand. I stand on it. Okay. That's how I stand on that. If you don't throw over 300, if you don't average 300 yards per game, you are not that guy at the quarterback position. You're either within a scheme that does not require you to do that much, so it's very balanced, or you're a game manager. It's either one or the other. That's it. Come on, man. All right, number 3. Jacoby Durant. This boy right here is something special. Listen, if he goes undrafted, the NFL is rigged, bro. I don't care what I'm standing on that. If he doesn't get drafted, the NFL is rigged. As is customary with head coach Oliver Buddy Pugh, the Bulldogs are once again loaded on the defensive side of the ball. The prospect receiving the most attention, though, is Durant, a former quarterback and defensive back at Lamar High School. He went on to spend a season at Palmetto Prep Academy. Durant, lauded for his smooth hips, comfort in and out of breaks, and ball skills, had a repeat performance of his breakout 2019 season during the spring. A career that previously included 12 pass breakups and 5 interceptions coming in the spring. His pre-draft resume was quickly strengthened following the 3 interception performance in the first half of the team's season opener against Alabama A&M. Durant would need to continue to add bulk onto his frame, but his athleticism and ball production are noteworthy. Listen, he is a 5'10", 175 corner. If he was 6 foot or 5'11", 6 foot, he would definitely be 3 through 4 easily. If he was power 5, he would be 2. He would be a second or third round prospect. His size in FCS, if he was 6 foot and had these same stats, he would 6 foot by 185. He would definitely be a 3rd to 5th round pick. Like between those, the Kobe's that dude. The Kobe is that dude for real, for real. Now, what I will say is that 2 of the picks, the Kobe just made better. Like 2 of the picks were legit picks. The third, one of them was a tip pass, but 2 of them jokers, the Kobe was he was just better. He was just better that day. All right, number 2. All right, you should know this was coming. Jermaine Martin, running back, North Carolina A&T. Simple. All right. A product of Conway, South Carolina, Martin elected to stay home and begin his career at nearby Coastal Carolina after having an off-field issue. Martin only spent 1 season there. Transferring to North Carolina A&T, he has settled into his own after serving primarily in a backup role during his initial season in Greensboro. Since taking over the starting role, Martin has continued the tradition of strong running backs play for Aggies. In 24 games, 14 starts, Martin has collected over 2,000 rushing yards and 30 touchdowns while averaging 7.4 yards per carry. Wow. All right. Scouts want to see the third-year starter become more involved in the passing game next season. He's only registered 14 receptions in his career. Ooh, that's bad. Playing in a new conference, the Big South presents an opportunity to rack up more yardage on unfamiliar opponents. Yeah, he definitely has to. He definitely has to get more versatile. Definitely has to get more versatile. All right. Last but not least, all right, the man of the hour. You already should know, Marquise Bell, Florida A&M, baby. And you know, and Cut say, you know what film they use? They use that Cut Day film. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Cut. All right, he's everywhere now. Originally starting his career at Maryland. Shout out to Maryland, even though they messed that up. Bell withdrew himself from the university after being suspended indefinitely for unspecific reasons. Electing to go the junior college route, he transferred to Coffeyville Community College. Once again, if you don't know about Coffeyville, you have to be the best. You got to be good, all right, because they don't take many out-of-state players, all right, where he would become one of the more notable players in the JUCO ranks. The former four-star recruit was considered a headliner signing. During his first season in Tallahassee, he proved to be worth the billing as he finished tied with the conference leading 5 interceptions. All right. This is a 6'8" jump. Woo! Made that look easy. 6'10". God, dog. Yo, that boy next level. Next level, ridiculous. Earning the nickname Ring Your Bell. He's known as a hard hitter and a safety that offensive players are cautious when they enter in his area. At 6'2", 205 pounds, scouts are excited to see a safety that has been labeled a well-rounded option that's able to play both the roof and in the box. I never heard nobody call it the roof. That's dope. I like that. If he has a season like many are anticipating, Bell's name has a chance to quickly catch fire during the lead up to the draft next spring. Entering the season as a strong argument can be made that he's a top draft eligible player in FCS ranks. If you're looking for a small safety alongside similar lines, Kyle Dougler, Jeremy Chin, Bell's next few months could follow a similar trajectory. Marquise Bell, FAMU, #1. You already know what it is. So listen, this is Jordan's, Mr. Jordan's 40. Now there's 20 more. All right, there's 20 more. I only did 20 and up. But there are 20 more that is going on. Who else is? I think I saw. Hampton is on this list. Who else is on this list? I didn't go that far down, but I know Hampton was definitely on this list as well. But make sure you listen. If you go in the description below, make sure you guys check his stuff out. Follow him on Instagram. Tell him Scotty sent you. If you hit him up in messengers, you'll be like, hey, OFFScript, you know what I'm saying, put you on. I saw your stuff. So shout out. And once again, shout out to the coach from FAMU who put me on to the article. I felt it was freaking awesome. All right. Appreciate him for doing that for me. Now, listen, if you want to call in and talk about it, you are more than welcome. Call lines are open. 516-259-9041, 516-259-9041. I'm going to take calls for about 30 minutes. All right. I'm going to take calls for about 30 minutes until I'm going to close out this string. 30 minutes for calls. All right. I'm going to try to keep my stuff on the low key. You know what I'm saying? I can't be on here for 2 hours. Now, if I get a lot of calls, then maybe, but I'm going to try to do better with my time. All right. So I'm taking 30 minutes for calls. Like once again, 516-259-9041. Let me see whether you got these comments. All right. What's up, Dante? Talk to me.
What's up, bro?
What's good?
Yeah, just listening to your show. I think the ratings pretty good. Nugget. I think he ranked higher than what he should be because I still wasn't too happy with his spring. That's gonna be fit. But this practice shit, it just got to stop right now. I mean, it's really, really crazy. Like, I remember the conversation that me and you had about Shadul, where you was like, he threw 3 picks, right?
Yeah.
And what was my comment to you? Didn't I say you don't know what the situation was, so you can't really judge what happened doing that if he did throw 3 picks, because I didn't even hear him throwing 3 picks. So what if now Daddy got 5 sacks, right?
Yeah.
And it was true, but we're doing one-on-one.
That's true. That's true. The situation and how we got it. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, you're right. The situation on how he got it.
So you really can't base them stats off of practice. Everybody scored. How many you play football? How many times have y'all did like kickoff drills and the kickoff returner didn't return like every kickoff that he didn't have that he caught?
A few times.
So I guess he returned 6 kickoffs in one practice. So now he Devin Hester, right?
He could have been, that's how he was feeling himself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I mean, this stuff just gotta die, because if you think about it, Deion is a master marketer, right?
Yeah.
What if he's saying all this stuff about now Gaddy just to take all the pressure off of the other end that's coming on the other side that's better?
That's fair. Like you said, he is marketing one-on-one. That is Deion.
Right. Because you don't hear him market Nugget.
Nope.
Everybody know about Nugget.
Or Shiloh.
So
not even Shiloh.
Why you like, we ain't going to talk about Shiloh either. That's another subject. But still, the good players that everybody know good, he ain't saying nothing about, but he coming out the woodwork for players you don't know.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I think it's a smoke screen. I still think that Niles is good, but you can't go with that 5-sack shit now unless your line is just trash.
That's what I'm saying. What does that say about your offensive line if that's what you're bragging about? I don't understand.
But I ain't going to hold you too long. I had all my material ready for the A&M roast that didn't happen, so I'm going to just let all the other colors call in and do what they do. But y'all got to chill with that practice stuff.
I appreciate you, D. Anytime, my guy.
All right.
Oh, I had to click on this number. What's good, Mr. Campbell? Talk to me.
You knew I was calling in because I've been trying to tell you boys who had the talent coming to the Swac. So your man, out of the 20, who had 4 players, not Jackson State, not Southern, not Alcorn or Alcorn, as ESPN wants to say, Florida A&M University. I tried to tell y'all boys that we were stacked and loaded. And then not only did we have 4 in the 20, we had the number 1 guy that I tried to tell you about, Marquise Bell. And you said, oh, Mr. Campbell, but he don't do this, he don't do that. I said, man, I've been watching this kid. The kid can play 3 positions in the defensive backfield. So all I want to know is Jackson State ready for when that defense shuts down Nepotism 1 QB, the freshman, the rookie, down in our hometown, down in Miami, with 60,000 folks that's vaccinated, ready to go crazy, man. Come on, baby.
Hey, Mr. Campbell, he didn't even talk about the guy from USF y'all just pulled up. So, you know what I'm saying? He's like a 3-year starter. So,
bro, we got another guy, a corner that should have been on that list. 2 that should have been on that list. And the thing about it, and see this, and like I say, I love Jackson State. I have all my family, they went to Jackson State. The person who had the number 2 recruiting class was Florida A&M. We can, come on, man.
That's a bar.
We can folks too. So, look, Scott, I'm going to let Scott know you got a lot of people call, but you got to do me one favor, bro.
Talk to me.
On Wednesday or Thursday, you just got to have a FAMU, JSU trash talking session.
Oh, yes.
Open lines. Bro, we got to have it.
Say less.
So we got to have it because we got to have it, bro.
Say less.
We got to have it. Just JSU and FAMU folks, and we got to lay it down, bro. We got to lay it down.
Hey, you know you got to share it in that group that got kicked me out. That's the only way. That's the only way you gonna get a lot of people up in that mud. You know what I'm saying? You got to.
Oh no! I'm gonna let them know. No, I'm gonna let them know. I'm gonna let them know.
All
right. I'm laying the gauntlet down starting Monday because we into all this JSU talk next week. That's over. That season will be over.
Ooh, I can't wait.
So they're gonna be crying. Well, this is our first game with our freshman quarterback, but we'll see you guys later. No, you won't see us no later. Catch us next year. But I tried to tell y'all boys who had the most talent in the SWAC. And then your man came with the list. That's all I got to say, bro.
Hey.
Who got the most players in the top 20?
It's y'all. Can't even knock it. You gotta respect
That's it.
Hey, appreciate the call, Mr. Campbell. We're gonna make that happen on Wednesday.
Man, talk to you.
All right. Oh, that's a dope idea. We're gonna I gotta call it something. Hey, what's up, Mr. What's up, Mr. Dwayne? Talk to me. Mr. Fam.
I just feel you don't want two FAMU people right next to each other like that, Scotty. Hey, look, I told you when I first came on, when I first called your show, who's gonna run the SWAC.
You say,
and now I see you posting, and now you a believer.
What I post about FAMU, sir? I haven't posted nothing about no FAMU.
When you did your breakdown the other day, you only used one team from the SWAC.
Oh my God!
Only one.
That is
when
true.
you was doing your film breakdown.
True. That is true.
I can't hear you.
You're right. You listen. You're right.
We cut off. What? Huh?
You right. Listen, I respect it.
Okay,
right.
thank you.
You're right.
Thank you. You're a believer. Wait, hey, when we got the kid from the other safety, who write in the comments? Yeah, fam, you got a good one. Scotty. Yeah, you're a believer now, baby. You are a believer. The other day I told the SWAC people, take your time. You got 2 weeks to come up with excuses why y'all lost the FAMU. I hope they're using their time well. I hope they coming up with their excuses. Well, this Dion first time. Well, little Dion, he this is first time in the big crowd like that. Whatever. If they need some help, then go ahead and call EWC because they got the excuses for you. So if y'all need some help, they should be proficient in excuses after after the spring. All them excuses they had to come up with during the spring when Dion had all the talent and was going to beat everybody.
Uh-huh.
So they should be, yeah. But once again, Scotty, you still believe FAMU gonna not win the SWAC?
Oh my God!
I can't hear you.
Listen. You know me. If it don't, I gotta see the game first. And first of all, nobody from FAM has sent me no gear. Like I'm really upset about that. Like I got gear from Southern fans. I got gear from you see a Kill Glass with the back. He hooked me up. Hooked me and my girl up with a shirt. I got Jackson State fans sending me stuff. FAMU fans, where y'all at? Y'all can't get on the wall if you don't send me nothing.
Hey, Scotty, I told you the other day. Once you see the power of the Mighty Rattlers, you're gonna buy your own. You ain't gonna wait on somebody from FAMU to send it to you. Once you see that power, you're gonna buy your own. And who these two idiots who put the down thumb? It must be Jackson State people who put the down thumb on the show.
I don't know. There's always some haters. Yeah. There's always some haters everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like Cat Williams said, if you don't got nobody else to hate, you can hate on me.
Thank you. Yeah. If you ain't got no haters. Yeah, because that's what we love, Scotty. Keep downplaying the Rattlers. I looked up the other day. I think somebody said the Rattlers gonna come in fourth. In the SWAC. Okay, cool. We're gonna eliminate that game. We're gonna start that game one.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna beat your top team game one.
Mm.
And then what did I tell you? After every game, I'm coming on shit talking. After every game.
Now listen.
After every one of these SWAC games. And I looked up the other day and I saw somebody said the SWAC MEAC challenge, the MEAC won 10 and the SWAC won 2. And they still talking like the MEAC wasn't shit. That's why we came over here.
Yeah.
It was easy picking.
Yeah, it was 10-4. Yeah, SWAC and MEAC challenge, it was 10-4. And y'all been winning the celebration on top of that too. So yeah,
right.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair.
So they talking like ain't nothing, like the MAC was garbage and they was just winning it all. But we the best in the SWAC. And what does that mean? Yeah, what does that mean? Baby, we taking over. We are taking over. Jackson State think they good shit talk while we continue to win.
Hey.
Y'all keep talking, we gonna keep winning.
While I Wednesday. Hey. Oh, I like that, Steven. I'm sorry, I'm talking to somebody made a comment. While out Wednesday, I like that. I like that, Steven. That's what we're gonna call it. While out Wednesdays.
Yes, sir. Hey, Scotty, appreciate it, man. Enjoy the show. And hey, all these SWAC people, please keep posting because I'm just copying these. I'm screenshotting these names because I want to see you back here next Monday.
Now, listen.
Whenever that show is, baby, I want to see you. I want to keep talking. What they say, Scotty? Keep coming with that. I need to see that same energy.
I need that same energy.
Sunday about 7:30. The following Sunday, I need to see that same energy.
Hey, listen. Before I let you go, now listen. If you lose, listen.
I'll be back.
Okay,
I'll be back.
I just want to be very clear.
Scotty, you know, you and me got to bet.
Oh yeah,
But I bet for the season.
Yeah,
we got to bet.
Yeah. But I just want to in case you lose.
See, I ain't coming scared. Okay. I ain't coming scared.
I respect it, but I just want to make sure you keep that same energy just in case y'all lose. All right, that's all I'm saying.
Hey, I'll win, lose, draw. I'll be here, but I'm here for the wins, baby.
Okay,
I'm here for the wins. That's what we do.
You going to the game?
Now, what did you think the other day when we got the other safety?
Oh yeah, I said that's. I agree with Blue Bloods. Yeah, I got the best duo in FCS. Not even in the SWAC. I got the best duo in FCS. Period. Hands down.
Hey, Scotty, lives gonna change when they play us. Wide receivers gonna have to make business decisions. Mm-hmm. Coach, don't run that play no more. Don't run that play, Coach. You know what, Coach? I think my back hurt. I can't go back in there. They hit too hard. Scotty, we coming with it. We bringing the thunder. We taking over. And like they say, one city at a time. If that duo coming to your city, tighten up that chin strap. Tighten it up. Enjoy the show, man.
Hey, we said it. You stupid. Oh, you stupid. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Hey, we definitely listen. Hey, Mr. Campbell, you done started, so we definitely gonna have a Wild Out Wednesday, bro. We definitely gonna have a Wild Out Wednesday because this is gonna get lit. This is gonna get lit. Let's go! I can't wait, bro. This is crazy. All right. Next up, hey, caller, you loud. Talk to me.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. I'll say my name's Zay. I'm alumni from A&T, so my opinion's probably biased, and I'm used to your SWAC preference. But I'll say the list was pretty good. I'll admit I was kind of shocked I didn't see. I think it was Xavier for FAMU. I'm shocked he wasn't higher. I thought he'd be at least top 10, top 8, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched him play last year against A&T, and that's a bad dude, you know. And I don't know. It just seems like some of the players I thought would be higher would be considered. As for 1 and 2, I ain't gonna lie. I was a little bit salty when I saw that because I'll say this: Marquise Bill is an excellent player. Don't get me wrong; he's really, really good. But Jermaine Martin, if I'm correct, is the only player that he considered to be the best running back in all FCS. Like they're saying, he probably clips at least 2,000 yards that year. That's at minimum. And if I'm correct, like I said, probably the best FCS running back, probably one of the best D1 running backs for this upcoming season. If that's true, again, maybe it's Big South bias, I don't know, but seeing those things makes it like he should have number 1.
I think, okay, when you
now
hold on real quick. When you're talking about, this is the one thing I say with running backs. Running backs are a dime a dozen, right? So if you're not like transcendently special, you're not looked at as, what I'm saying? Like if you're not a Ezekiel Elliott, a Derrick Henry, a who else was crazy in college? You know, if you're not like a transcendent running back, like top 5, bro, like you're just a running back. Like you could be special, but you're just a running back. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, I think like you got to understand where the game is going. Game is going to space. Game is going to, spread you out, open field, all that type of stuff. So you need the DBs, you need corners, you need linebackers that can run, you need receivers, you need quarterback. So I think there's just more of an emphasis on secondary because of where the football is going. But continue.
That's true. I'll give you that. And going to that point, I will say, if I know the name, he's probably on the list somewhere. If he is, I'll probably see next year. I don't know. The receiver from A&T, Corey Banks. I thought he would crack top 20. I had seen him play against ECU and also play against in 2019. I thought he did very well. So I assumed he would make the list. I mean, again, A&T bias, I don't know, but seeing that, I was thinking he would have made the list.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I will say, look out for this some season. If you do watch any Big South games, watch out for Jermaine McDaniel, the defensive end from A&T.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying that's a bad dude, and if A&T makes the playoffs, best believe he's gonna make noise.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out. Hey, I appreciate the call, my guy.
Always, thank you, man.
I know, anytime. All right, y'all already know who it is. The legend, the myth, the history guru, the history connoisseur, Mr. J4. What's going on with you, Mr. Ford? Talk to me.
Hey, listen, I hope everybody's having a great weekend, and I want to wish everybody a great weekend, and make sure you tune in. I'm not going to be able to go out to Georgia State, but I'm going to tune in to watch Alcorn and North Carolina Central. Before I talk about your topic tonight, I looked at your chat box after we hung up, and there were 2 questions that they asked me, and I wanted to answer for. The first one was, somebody asked me what were my thoughts on the new athletic director at Alabama State. And I don't have any thoughts on him, but I do have something to say to him, and that is, you need to make a call to Jay Hobson, who is on the athletic staff at Mississippi State. You need to make a call to Hugh Jackson, who's serving as offensive coordinator at Tennessee State.
Yep.
Right up the road in Fairfield, Alabama, where Miles College is, you need to call Reginald Ruffin. And the last person you need to call is the co-offensive coordinator and offensive line coach at Florida A&M. His name is Ryan Stachek. All of these people can help elevate Alabama State to where they're supposed to be. Because where Alabama State is right now, they are a sleeping giant. I really don't get into this thing about trying to say what everybody's going to go pro and all that, because, guys, let me tell you something. When you look at the Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio, the NFL Hall of Fame, HBCUs is all over the place, baby. We have always turned out. I can remember, I can't think it was 70 or 71, Grambling set a record. When the opening day in 70 or 71 started, there were 43 Grambling players on NFL rosters. Going to the league for HBCUs ain't nothing new. The other thing that they had in there, somebody was asking, they said, ask Mr. Ford about the Division II schools. Now, the Division II school that I'm keeping up with right now is Savannah State. Scotty, all of their staff,
they're loaded.
Their pedigree is Georgia Southern. The head coach, he didn't graduate from Georgia Southern, but he was a linebacker coach at Georgia Southern. And most of his assistants, I think the defensive coordinator is a graduate of Youngstown State up in Ohio. But I'm saying all of this to say that we really feel that Savannah State is going to take over for the Division II schools. Now, they're going to open up with a perennial winner in Division II, and that's Valdosta State. I think that's their first game, and the game is in Valdosta. So we're watching that game. Because, see, and you're right, Scotty, we do have to up our schedules. We do have to bring in more, but I don't want us to get caught off in trying to join their conferences. Yeah, I have no problem with those SWAC schools playing Stephen F. Austin, Sam Houston State, but I need them to understand that they are HBCUs, and they need to help those schools out. Now, let me just say this. And them callers you just had was absolutely correct. Scotty, I don't know if you know about it. There are 2 offensive linemen at Florida A&M. Both of them transferred from Florida State. One's from California. I think the other one's from Belgrade. Guess what? They probably won't be drafted, but they'll go as free agents. Because one of the things the NFL decided about 25 to 30 years ago was that they didn't want to spend money drafting black college players. They rather go the cheap route on us and make us come in free agents.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's what they do. Now, to show you the kind of talent that is in HBCU football is that kid that's down with the Houston Texans. That kid was on losing teams at Alabama State. I think his name is Howard. Is that it? Titus? What is his name? Is it Titus Howard?
Titus, yeah. The lineman.
Yeah, that kid was on losing teams at Alabama State. He was on mediocre team. He went first round. Okay? So I'm going to say this again. I don't really get into, and you're right, Scotty, I don't get into that practice stuff either. But baby, shit finna hit the fan. And it starts tomorrow at 7 o'clock here in Atlanta, Georgia, when Alcorn takes on North Carolina Central. And everything we need to know about Jackson State and Florida A&M, baby, it's next Sunday.
Yes, sir.
It's on, baby.
Yes, sir.
It's on.
Yes, it is.
It's on.
Yes, it is.
But let me ask you, Scotty, did anybody have any questions for me?
Somebody in the comments said Bowie State.
Bowie State is a division for us, for black. Now, here's the thing, and I think I said this to you before, Scotty. I would like for Bowie State to go MEAC. We got to save the MEAC. Okay. What happened, and you know, me and you talked about this before. The fact that the MEAC is on the brink of being an ancestor or being a dead conference, it's their fault. They had that man, Dr. Dennis Thomas, up there 20-some years as the conference commissioner. And I said this to you before. He was inept.
Yep.
He was incompetent, and he was corrupt. He didn't give a damn about them student athletes up there in the MEAC. And they kept that man in that position 20 years. So if the MEAC folds and goes out, it's not no white folks' fault. It's the people in the MEAC's fault for having an inept, corrupt man that didn't know nothing, and he lost North Carolina A&T. I keep telling y'all, when A&T left the MEAC, it was not about competition. They were sick and tired of Dr. Dennis Thomas as commissioner. When Hampton left, that's why they left. Now, let me just say this to you people, you Swac people. When it comes to football, the last few years, and the guy who changed it, see, when I was growing up, the best conference was the Swac. But the guy who changed the game was Billy Joe. Billy Joe is the one who changed the game. Now, when Billy Joe originally came to FAMU, he caught hell with Pete Richardson, baby. Scotty, you can go back and look at the record.
Mm-hmm.
But he caught, I'll never forget it. I think it was 1999. Southern came to Florida A&M to Bragg Stadium. They put in extra seats. Baby, Florida A&M put their foot in Southern's ass. They put 65 points on them. And ever since then, the MEAC at that point was the best conference. Now, I'm going to tell you this now. Because Florida A&M has gone to the SWAC is now the best conference. Now, if we continue, if the MEAC can survive, because I truly believe that the 2 best teams in the MEAC now is South Carolina State and Norfolk. To me, the one with the best talent is Norfolk. Norfolk was underachieving under that guy who went up to East Carolina. He had talent galore. One of his offensive tackles is here in Atlanta now at Georgia Tech. Guess what they're saying about him, Scotty? He comes straight from Norfolk State. They saying that boy gonna start. Wow. That's the kind of talent they had at Norfolk State. I need y'all to understand this. Talent has never been a problem in HBCUs. Coaching, bad ADs, bad presidents, unaware faculty representatives. That has been our problems. For a long time, we didn't have offensive innovation. That's why I keep giving you the name of Hugh Jackson. This guy's been at the top level. He was the head coach of the Oakland Raiders. Okay? He coached Carson Palmer. He resurrected Carson Palmer. Can you imagine this guy at Alabama State? Jay Hobson came into the SWAC, and let me tell you about Jay Hobson. The first time I heard of Jay Hobson, that was a girl by the name of Jamel Hill. I know you know about her.
Oh, yeah.
She was working for ESPN. She did a story on Jay Hobson. My thing was, is Alcorn giving this guy this job because he's white? Or is this man quality? Let me tell you something, Scotty. He took his lumps the first year. That man took over the SWAC until he left for Southern Mississippi. I would love for Jay Hobson to come back to the SWAC, and I'd love for him to come to Alabama State. And I'm going to say this. If Alabama State is able to get Jay Hobson, when they meet, when Alabama State and Alabama A&M meet in Birmingham, that's going to be like Nick Saban going up against Dabo Swinney. Because I'm going to tell you something right now. That guy is good. Okay? Those of you who are from the conference, I want you to remember one thing. In 2013, Southern beat Jackson State for the SWAC championship down in Houston, Texas. But here's the lost history. That man, Jay Hobson, he went into Southern on their homecoming and put his foot in their ass. Then he comes to Jackson for the Capital City Classic and beat up Jackson State. So why do I want him back? Because he's a quality coach and he got good people around him. But I'm just telling you, you people at Alabama State, stop being a sleeping giant. Go and get the right people. That lady, and I said this the other night. No, I told you I got this from the Chinese. No participation, no observation. They had that lady down there at Alabama State, and she went and got Donald Hill Ely because she could control him. It's not about control. It's about getting quality people. Now, I read an article when Ashley Robinson and President Hudson hired Deion Sanders. Most of the HBCU fans, they were emailing Ashley Robinson asking him, you can't control him. Who worried about controlling? We want to win. We want championships. And that's what I'm saying. Now, the last time that Alabama State had a decent coach, a championship coach, you have to go back to a guy named Charlie Coe. And before him, it was a guy who came from Jackson State. His name was Houston Markham. Houston Markham won a national championship. Matter of fact, he beat Cornell Maynard's team down in Miami. I can't remember. That was in the 90s. But I would like to see, and I know you always say I stay on Prairie View. Can you imagine if we had quality coaching, championship coaching at Prairie View, at Alabama State? And I'm going to tell you another school that you don't hear me mention them, but they got a head coaching problem. They got a less than, he's not a championship coach. He won one off of somebody else's player, and that's that guy who is down at Bethune-Cookman. Now, I know y'all, FAMU is the sexy school.
Talking about Terry
okay?
Sims.
You got almost 10,000 students there. Everybody knows them. They got the band. But let me tell you something. If Bethune-Cookman would go and get them a head coach, baby, they can compete with anybody in the SWAC. You're going to see it. But the biggest problem is they don't have a championship coach in the head coach's position. Scotty, I'm going to let it go. And thank you. Now, did anybody else have a question for me?
No, you answered the PV question. Somebody said PV, and you kind of touched on it already.
Okay. Well, listen, thank you so much, and keep doing what you're doing. And are you going to be in Atlanta tomorrow night?
No, I'm not going to Atlanta. I'm not mobile. I haven't bought me a laptop yet, so I gotta give me a laptop to be mobile. Okay. But I'm definitely going to the Miami game, so I'll be down there in Florida.
I'm going to check Ticketmaster tonight. I should be able to find out. I think, Scotty, this game is near a sellout. I really do. I'm not sure. I'll check Ticketmaster tonight. I'm not going to be able to go because the people that I usually go with, they don't want to go because they are. So I'll forward to this. This to me, this is going to be the best black HBCU football level. You have a good night here, Scotty.
Hey, appreciate it.
Okay, bye-bye.
My bad, guys. That was my connection. I apologize. Hey, real quick before I get up out of here, all right? I want to know SWAC championship. Who you got? Who you got? Who you got? Hey, who you got? Let me know. Swac championship. Call in real quick. 5162. Oh God, I don't even memorize the number. I gotta memorize this number for real. All right, call in. I want to know who you got for the Swac championship. All right, Swac championship picks. What your picks are? Don't be scared. Call in. You know y'all ain't doing nothing. Swac championship picks. Who you got? All right, I got FAMU versus Southern. I got Alcorn. He don't even care who else. He's like Alcorn versus whoever. All right, Alcorn versus JSU. Man, I'm not clicking on you no more, Leon. JSU versus Alcorn. JSU all day. JSU. Bulldogs by 9 against anybody. I'm going to show y'all who I got. You see it? Listen, I went with the powerhouse. All right, shout out to Swac Talk for the shirt. I went with the powerhouse. All right, I got Southern in the Swac championship. Okay, I got Southern. The boombox. I got the boombox. Southern. All right, got Southern. Hey, caller, you loud. Talk to me.
Hey, I kind of agree with you on Southern. Southern got a good team, but they got a first-year coach, so I really don't know how the coach going. I really don't know how he's going to pan out with that team. But as far as looking at your board on these draft guys, I see that my boy Keontae Hampton wasn't up there. But here's the reason Keontae going to get a better shot than these other guys that going being the first one off the board. Keontae going to end up in the NFL Combine. And the way he's going to get there, Deion going to get him invited to that NFL Combine. And this boy, he's going to show what he can do. If you look at the last 3 Super Bowls, they've been won by a quarterback and a tight end. Kansas City won with a tight end. Tampa Bay won with a tight end. You go back to New England won with a tight end. Keontae Hampton match is good. He runs. He can run. He can play the pass to the run. And he got good speed. This was my first guy. I like the kid from Florida in there, but I don't think he's going to get that spotlight like Keontae's going to get, because the spotlight is on that school in Mississippi, and Keontae is going to be all up in that spotlight. Now him or Nugget, one of the two of them is going to get invited to that combine, and that's their opportunity. That's their golden nugget right there. So when they get there, they got to show what they're going to do. But that's who I like.
That's what's up. Hey, he's actually, if you read the whole article, I think he's ranked like 23 or 24. He's just not in the top 20, but he is on that list. Yeah. But hey, appreciate the call. Thank you so much. Hey, yeah, so my pick is Southern and Jackson State in the Swac championship. That is my pick. All right. Now listen, if JSU cannot lose this first game. All right, JSU cannot lose this first game. I'm just saying that off the rip. All right, they cannot. So it's the Jukebox Classic, not the Boom. I thought it was the Jukebox Boombox. Whatever. I thought it was the Boombox Classic. Jukebox Sonic Boom 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 Jukebox Boombox. I thought it was Boombox Classic. I thought it was the Boombox Classic. I was learning. I thought I was learning. All right. You know what I'm saying? So listen. I'm gonna say this: if it's the boom, I thought it was the boom box. I'm like, what? I'm like, I thought I was learning. Like, I thought I was learning. That's what I thought. Okay, I knew I wasn't crazy. But yeah, so I got Southern in the Swac championship, man. I just think that if they can't make it to the Swac championship with this squad, they need to fire everybody. Lottie Dottie, everybody. I'm gonna use a line from my man Blue Bloods. You need to fire the scorekeeper, the scoreboard attendant, the field person, the water boys. Everybody got to go if they cannot make it to the SWAC championship. Their team is loaded. Now, that is without injury. So if injuries happen and stuff like that, okay, we all understand that. It's football. But if they stay healthy, I don't see why Southern cannot be in the SWAC championship. And then listen, it's between JSU and FAMU for me when it comes to I think the winner of the game one, and I hate to say this because I don't want to put so much pressure on the first couple games because people are trying to figure each other, like people are trying to find their stride. And I don't want to put too much pressure on the game one, but I really think whoever comes out of that Orange Blossom Classic is going to end up in the SWAC championship. That's just my personal opinion. All right. That's just my personal opinion. So I'm kind of rocking on that. Any hot take, Scotty? Southern is my hot take because everybody knows I be clowning them. But listen, I respect what they have. I respect the team that they got. And I feel like they're super loaded. If you can't be Alcorn, you should not be on the field, bro. Like, I mean that. If you lose to Alcorn again, you suck. I don't care, bro. You suck. Southern should run the West, like no bullcrap. UAPB ain't seeing them. Alcorn not seeing them. Like for real, they should just run through the West. If Skelton is half of what they've been saying in practice, it's a wrap, bro. It's a wrap. You too loaded. You are too loaded. You can't tell me you have the Buchanan Award winner. You have the best offensive line in damn near all the FCS. You have a great running attack. You have a special quarterback. You got a throwers. All you need to know is what those receivers look like. You know what I'm saying? It said JSU could go 7-4, and that would be a good season, but they will lose to FAMU, A&M, Southern, and Alcorn. I can see that. I'm not talking about practice. I'm not talking about practice because I have seen Skelton play before. I'm not talking about practice. I said if he is as good as advertised, right? So I still know what Skelton is regardless of practice. I'm just saying, even if Skelton isn't as good as throwing the ball, they are still a very. I'm just saying if he is as advertised, there is no shot for no team in the West. And I stand on that. There is no chance that you're seeing Southern. If Ladarius is what they have been promoting, you're not seeing Southern. They're running away with the West, period. I don't care about no UAPB. I don't care about none of that. They're running away with the West. If Skelton isn't what is advertised and he kind of reverts back, then that's a chink. It's a chink because all you can do is load the box and, how you can play Southern how you always play Southern. Load the box, make them throw, and then you'll be in the game. So if they can't add that dynamic of throwing the ball, then Southern is not making it to they're not going to beat Alcorn. You can't beat Alcorn being one-dimensional. It's just not going to happen. All right. So Curry, take the time, take your glasses off, put the book down, close up your quantum physics book, pick up your cell phone and call into the show if you have something to say. If not, take your corny self out my chat. All right. That's all I'm saying. That's what the live call-in show is for. Let me put a number up for you again. 516-259-9041. If you can't call in, what are we doing, boy? Like, come on, man. Call in. So Southern and Cookman are the same teams. Both QB1s are virtually identical. I haven't seen Bethune's guy, so I can't really speak for that. I'll have to see it when I see it. Fam, you could screw Southern from getting to the SWAC championship if we beat them. I don't believe you can because you're not in the same division. So conference-wise, if they win their conference, if you beat them or not, if they beat everybody in their conference, they still go to the SWAC championship, I would assume. Tell them up the diploma down. Man, look, I'm just saying, man, he trying to like nitpick, find his points. Like see, that's how people, they listen to respond. They don't listen to understand. I said, if he is what they have been advertising, right? So I already know the baseline for Skelton. I don't know the baseline for Shador. I don't know the baseline for Gaddy. So if that's what your point you're trying to make, it's stupid because you don't know the baseline for these players. I know the baseline for Skelton. I know what you're going to get from Skelton. So I seen him play. I know his skill set. I know what I'm getting. So my thing is this. Anything above that is a benefit to Southern. That's why I don't understand these people who act like they know what they're talking about when they don't. I'm going to call you after the JSU game. You should call in right now. You in here right now. What you talking about? You in here right now. Don't save it. It's nothing to save because I ain't going to remember your name by then. I might remember the graduation picture you got, but I ain't going to remember what you said. You know how many people I talk to? You know how many people? Come on, man. Stop being scary, bro. Like, stop it. Hick Bottom is at Tennessee State. Like they told you, not sold on Skelton's arm yet. You haven't seen it. Nobody's seen it other than people at the scrimmages. If you haven't been at the scrimmages, you don't know. You know what else you don't know? Anything that's happened at Jackson State scrimmages because they're closed. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. So don't tell me what your report said because you didn't go to the scrimmage. All right. Were you sitting there? No, you weren't. Okay. So that's my whole point. So I'm still talking about SWAC championships, your picks. I just want to know who you got. We got an AI theme episode. He still got my man's talking about practice. I think the only person in the SWAC football that picked A&M. Yeah, you probably are. And this is my thing, right? So I don't know listen, this could change. I can be Stephen A. Smith and change my pick halfway in the season. I can do that because it's my show. I can do whatever I want. My thing is this. Alabama A&M, if they had a defense that I knew that could show up, that I knew that they're gonna show up, I would pick A&M hands down. I would pick, and they don't even have to be all world. I just need them to get a couple stops, just like when they need to, when they gotta have it. I would pick Alabama A&M with my eyes closed. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know the defense, man. Like you can't win championships games and you can't stop nobody. That what you did with UAPB was one throw away from making that a game. You know what I'm saying? And making it going into overtime or even winning that game. So that for me is just I don't know. I gotta see it. I just gotta see it first. Now, if they show me something against South Carolina State, well, South Carolina State don't got no real offense. So that's kind of a wash. I just need to see them against an offensive minded team to see if they can actually stop somebody. They stop somebody. Now we talking. Once again, you don't know about these players. You don't know about these. Stop jumping on these transfers. You don't listen. Let me explain. Oh, God. Okay. Let me explain the difference between a transfer you can believe in and a transfer you don't know. And I'm just going to call them player A and player B. All right. Player A came from a Power 5 school. Player A never started. Player A doesn't have any tape. Player A has not registered a stat on the stat sheet. That's one transfer. Player B is a 3-year starter. Player B was all freshman conference. Player B was an all-American conference. Player B has over 30 games played. That is the difference between a transfer you can believe in and a transfer that you don't know what's going on. A lot of transfers that people have gotten are people you don't know what you're getting. You don't know what you're getting. All right. I'll use a different player. Player A had been on the Power 5 team for 3 years, having a total of 5 tackles. Player A has very, very few games where he was, I'll say, an outstanding player. So in 3 years, he has a total of 5 tackles. What are we talking about? Come on, man. Like this is the kind of transfers that you guys are like, oh my God, I can't wait to see. You don't know. And I'm not saying that these players can't ball out, because if we want to be honest, Devontae Kincaid at Ole Miss, I think he played like 2 games at Ole Miss. You know what I'm saying? Got redshirted, played 2 games, and came down to Grambling and tore it up. So I'm not saying that players can't be great. All I'm saying is that you have to see it. You have to see, like, you got to see it manifest in front of your eyes and be like, oh yeah, he is. Oh my God, he's something special. Then you can jump all over. Like, thank God we got that transfer. Woo, that he was life-saving. Okay, cool. You can say that. But don't hop on the bandwagon and you don't even know. You don't even know. Come on, man. Like that don't make no sense. That don't make no sense to me. It just don't make no sense to me. That's just me personally. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. So It's not, and you guys on here who be like, oh, Scotty, you hating. It's not hate, it's facts, bro. It's straight facts. It's facts. And see, and Charles, I agree with you. Kincaid was a dog and MFers knew who he was, but I get the point. Yeah, like high school. A lot of players are great in high school that don't pan out in college. It happens. You know what I'm saying? It happens. So once again, I'm just saying, like, it is, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Like, you gotta see it in action before you know, okay, like this dude is legit or this dude can really ball out. That's all I'm saying. So it's if Gaddy goes out and has like 3 sacks, 5 tackles, 2 for loss, I would be the first one to be like, yo, they got a steal. They got a stud over there. If he don't, I'm gonna be the first one that told you. I told you so. Like, that's how I'm gonna walk up here. I'm gonna scoot up to my mic and be like this. I told you so. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So it's just calling a spade a spade. You know what I'm saying? Like, Conscious, and I Conscious, I know you my guy too, bro. I don't know if you're the same Conscious, because I know contrarian thinking and Conscious, they might be, I don't know which one of you is the Conscious that I know, but Conscious. Oh my gosh. Y'all need to watch film. All right, listen, I hope Dante is still in here, bro. Y'all need to watch film. Stop watching highlights. You need to watch film. Aubrey Miller is a great see-ball, go-get-ball hitter. He is a liability in space. He cannot cover in space, and that's why they put him on the D line in a couple of games, so he does not have to be in space, because they want the aggression that he can show on a passing down or getting after the quarterback. He is not. Listen. If the ball is not in front of him and he can go see the ball and go get the ball, he is not the best linebacker. So you can't say he wrecked shop. What? No, he didn't wreck shop. Like, come on, man. Like, the only reason he made preseason All-American is because of his hits were devastating. And Jackson State was always on television. That's all I'm saying. So don't tell me he wrecked shop. No, he did not. He didn't wreck shop. He got publicity off Jackson State always being on TV, and then him having that big hit against Grambling, all right, that gave the fumble. That was one. And then 2, he's a big hitter. You're right. Listen, if you run the ball at Aubrey Miller, pray for yourself, because he's going to light you up. But if you get him out in space, you have a chance. You have a chance. So don't hit me with, oh, Aubrey Miller wrecked shop. No, he did not wreck shop. Like, he should not have been a first team linebacker. Aubrey Miller over Isaac Peppers from UAPB. You're bugging. Come on, man. Like, y'all gotta watch film, bro. Like, stop getting on this hype train. Stop getting on this hype train. Isaac Peppers was a better linebacker than him. Most definitely. He should have been a first team preseason guy. He should have been Keontae. And Keontae, if I'm being honest, he got exposed in the spring in space. Now, his reads, his scrape, his coming downhill, he is the best. Like, he can read and diagnose plays really, really well. But he was a liability in space as well. So let's not act. Okay? That's what coaching is for. What do you mean? That's what coaching is for? You got an NFL all-star coaching and they couldn't coach it up. They couldn't make adjustments. Who do you think Ezra Gray got the 2 big runs on? They ran off tackle against Aubrey Miller. Both big runs came against Aubrey. Like, watch film. Don't watch the hype. Watch film, okay? They had no choice when the D-line was trash. D-line has zero to do with coverage. You're not understanding what I'm saying, Swac Buzz. And you and new media, y'all too, because y'all like pen pals. Y'all both need to go watch film, all right? Because this is what it is. You can't say that about the D-line. Why? Is because Keontae and Aubrey are great front leading linebackers. They'll come up and hit you, right? So the D-line has zero to do with that because the D-line was doing their part by plugging up holes. Where they got exposed that was in space. When the D-line couldn't get pressure, right? They still got to go cover. It don't matter if the D-line can't get pressure or not. They still got to go cover. Now, with anything, I would agree with that you can't cover forever, but you still got to cover, and they have a hard time covering. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. So let's not act like they like you can't blame everything on the D-line, because at the end of the day, when it came to running the ball, Jackson State was actually pretty good against the run going forward. As long as they was going forward, they were good. But at the end of the day, they still got to go cover. Don't matter. They still got to go cover. And everybody knows Jackson State weakness was the middle of the field. That includes the safety and linebackers. If you was attacking Jackson State, watch the Grambling game. Grambling ate them up in the middle of the field. So, and then when it came to running the ball, Alabama State killed them on the power tackle, on the off tackle runs, killing them. So come on, man. Like, let's stop. Not all linebackers are balanced. I didn't say all linebackers are balanced. I've never said that. All I'm saying to you is to be considered a all preseason SWAC when all you have been known for is hitting hard and they kick you. You're a liability on throwing downs. You should not be a first team all SWAC, period. All right. That shouldn't be all SWAC. Isaac Peppers should have been, Kim and Keontae should have probably been first team all SWAC linebackers. That's just, now second team, I'll put Aubrey on the second team. Most definitely. All right. Most definitely. I'll put Aubrey would have definitely been my second team. First team, no. Second team, most definitely. I would have taken him on second team. That's not bad. Are you calling in or not? Because I'm waiting for you to call in. You said you was gonna call in, but you didn't call in. If the QB has all day to throw, you can only cover for so long. Yeah, but you still got. So what happens when the opportunities when the quarterback didn't have all the time and they still couldn't cover? So that's what I'm saying. Can we please not mention bands on this chat? I agree with you. Let me see. If you're making this point, no one from A&M. I didn't say, I wouldn't pick not one defensive player off A&M. And that's even the guy who got picked up at Florida State. Like, to me, he only played 3 games. You know what I'm saying? So but the guy, I mean, honestly, he was okay. Deserves to be preseason. Deserves to be. Who is SWAC's player you're most excited to see? Who is the SWAC player you're most excited to see, Scotty? Shador. I'm probably the most excited to see Shador. Good or bad, and y'all can, good or bad. I'm excited to see Shador. I'm excited to see UAPB. Skylar Perry. I'm excited to see him. Jawan Pass, I'm excited to see him. Let me see. Defensively, Spencer Perry, the safety from Alabama and the transfer they got. I'm excited to see him. Who else? Jalen Brown from Texas Southern. I want to see a full season from him. I think he's special. Let me see. I really want to see what Southern's receiving core looks like. I'm really excited to see that. I want to see how they kind of match up. You know what you're going to get from Southern's running game. That's neither here nor there. He was supposed to never call it in, bro. Never called in. Over here, just I'm going to call in, didn't call in. Let me see. You excited? Are you excited to see FAMU? I'm excited to see what you guys look like without Ryan Stanley. That's what I'm excited to see. I really want to see what FAMU looks like without Ryan Stanley being a 4-year starter. Like, this is his first time playing without, Rashawn McKay came in against A&T and Morgan State and stuff like that. But I really want, he said he went unconscious. See what I'm saying? Southern ran straight at. See what I'm saying? Thank you, Mr. Williams. Thank you. The number is in the ticker, Conscious. What are you talking about? Come on, bro. Like, you've been watching this show forever. You know the number's in the ticker. 516-259-9041. Y'all need to stop acting like y'all brand new to the channel, bro. Come on, Conscious. Why you acting brand new, bro? Like, my number is not always in the ticker.
Man, look, what's good with you, bro?
What's good, man? How you been?
Man, I've been good, man. A little bit under the weather, but I'm chilling.
Okay, not COVID, right? Hope it's not COVID.
No. We ain't claiming that, man. We ain't claiming that. Even if it was, we ain't claiming it.
Oh man, I had it. Listen, it took me down for a little bit, but I'm good. What's up? Talk to me now. Let me hear this logic from Conscious.
All right. Look, I'm gonna try to keep this very logical, because again, you haven't followed the Swac as long as I have. So I'll put it this way. I never said Aubrey Miller was a great cover linebacker. I never said that he was the best linebacker. That's not what I said. I just said he wrecked shop. And he was an unknown variable coming into the Swac because we were not aware of his skill set, because he was riding the bench at Missouri, was he not?
Yeah, right. You're right.
So we didn't know what we got. And in a matter of 3 months, 2.5, 3 months, he became preseason All-Swac. So for the most part, I need to tell your listeners and the people from FAMU and all the rest of the schools like Alcorn and everybody else, everybody in the SWAC typically hypes up transfers. They may not admit it on your show, but they do. And they hype up transfers because of the perceived idea that these kids are coming from a better institution with better preparation, better coaches, and better training. And they had a higher star rating, if you will, coming out of high school. Mm-hmm. So I can't, if you in your feelings, fine, be in your feelings, but the truth is the truth. That's the reason why FAMU is hyping up Collier and Blue Bulls is hyping up Collier, because of what his perceived production was.
Ooh, slowed up. Oh, Conscious. Whoa.
What his production was.
Hold on, Conscious. Hold on, bro. Hold on. Talk about you. You cannot just compare, and I'm not saying you are Aubrey Miller and the boy from.
I'm not comparing Aubrey. Okay. What I'm comparing is I'm comparing the hype that comes with transfers.
Okay.
And the reason why fans get hyped at the transfers.
Okay.
If you're following a train, if you're following the transaction, almost every transfer that comes into the SWAC or the MEAC, HBCU football in general, there's some fanfare that's associated with them in the message boards. And you saw it for yourself when you was inside of those Facebook groups and committees, how everybody is hyping up a transfer as soon as they get them.
Conscious.
So at one point, it was, we got a transfer that's coming from Georgia Tech. A&M, we got a 6'5" receiver transfer that's coming from Texas. Oh my God, he's going to wreck shop. Okay,
Conscious.
We don't know that.
Hold on. I'm not letting you slide with what you just said about the kid from USEP. This dude was an FBS All-American.
I don't want to make this about the kid from USEP. I'm trying to make the example. The example is people get hyped. The teams and fans get hyped over transfers, bro. They get hyped because, again, their perceived skill set they think is better than what they already have on the team. And chances are it's a 50-50 swing. So I would like to see the data to see how all of the transfers over the past 5 to 7 years that came into the SWAC, I would like to see how they fared in terms of either preseason all-SWAC selections or all HBCU selections or all MEAC selections, and whether or not they were postseason all MEAC, all SWAC selections. I would like to see the data that correlates with those transfers coming in, because Marquise Bell was a transfer, was he not?
Yes and no, because he went.
Well, no. Yes or no? Was he a
No,
transfer?
no. Whoa, wait. Time out, sir. Time out. First of all,
was Jermaine Martin the transfer?
Yeah, he legit dropped down.
Okay, so
which if you go, wait. If you go to JUCO,
okay, go ahead.
If you go to JUCO and come back up, that's different to me than if you went from Florida State and went straight to a Southern. That's different. That's different to me. Now, are you still considered a transfer? Yes, but you went down to JUCO and now you're free to go wherever else. You can go D1 AA, you can go D1, but usually if you come straight from a D1 down to D1 AA, that to me is a straight transfer. Like if you're a Nugget who goes to JUCO and then you come out of JUCO, that to me that's different. Yes, you still consider it a transfer, but that's a different type of transfer. But go ahead.
Well, the only reason why I said Marquise Bell was a transfer is because initially he went D1 FBS, right?
Yeah, and
then he got in trouble, and then he had to go to JUCO.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm calling him a transfer because his first selection coming out of high school was D1 FBS. Which basically correlates to his skill set. So I'm not here to argue about whether or not all transfers are going to be good. I'm here to just state the fact that fans get hyped off of the transfers because they perceive them to be better than what they already have in-house.
Now, I agree with your premise of fans being hyped, right? That's across the board. Don't matter if it's 0 stars. If you come from somewhere else, it's like when you go to school, you're a new kid on the block. All the girls like you because they don't know you. All right, they just like, oh, new kid from okay, cool, whatever. My thing is this: you're comparing a kid like that's proven at the FBS level to a kid who has not done anything in the FBS level are two different things.
Look, I'm not comparing the Collier guy. I'm just comparing the hype that's coming with him coming into the Swac.
Both of us can agree to that.
The fans are hyped because of his previous production that he had at UCF. That's why FAMU is hyped. All right, because in their mind, that previous experience should translate over to the Swac. Correct?
For somebody who's proven at the FBS or not proven?
Yeah, proven.
Yeah, if you proven, if you proven, you're supposed to come in and wreck shop.
So if he doesn't wreck shop, what does that say about him? If he doesn't come into the Swac and dominate, because by all accounts, Blue Buzz and you and everybody else in the fan in the chat, they're saying, "Oh yeah, he was good, he was excellent coming from an FBS." So that means when he comes down to the Swac, he should basically be a man amongst boys.
All right,
correct?
Let me tell you this, because this is this goes back to watching film on football. Now, I can have and I'm gonna use a different position. I can have a running back, right, that transferred from Wisconsin, right? He was killing at Wisconsin. You come down, you transfer to PV, and they not run the same scheme, and it doesn't work for him, or he's not that type of running back. You can be in a situation where, the coach at your previous school used you in a better situation. Okay, hey coach, I'm in the box safety. I cover tight ends. You got me covering slot receivers. That's not my skill set. That's what coaching comes into play. Putting players in the right position, talking to the player and say, hey, what do you do very well? What don't you feel comfortable doing? Give you a great example. Nugget, I've talked to his dad plenty of times. He says, you put my son in man, ain't nobody getting by him. Now, if you put him in zone all game, he's not going to look as good as he would if he was in man. That's a scheme thing. So you also have to account for that as well. So that doesn't take away from because you can clearly see he's good. If the boy is an FBS All-American as a freshman, he's talented. Now when it goes down to another level, now you look at it like, okay, is it just a scheme thing? Is he not picking it up? Are they not putting him in the right places? You have to account for those things. No player just goes from being the top of the hill to the bottom of the mountain all of a sudden like he forgot to play football. Like, come on.
No, I didn't say that. All I'm saying is, look, Scotty, we have both played football. Mm-hmm. If you good, Scotty. And what I'm saying is, again, I'm just trying to explain to you and the callers why there's perceived hypeness regarding the transfers that come into the conference. And a lot of people, as I said, they don't want to accept the facts, but the facts is these kids are perceived. I didn't say they are. They're perceived to have a better skill set. If you go back and you look at the last, again, 5 to 7 years in Swac football and MEAC football, if you coming down from Division I FBS to the Swac, then you probably starting. And the reality is, huh?
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. No. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Contra, finish.
I said you probably starting. And if you are starting, you probably eventually going to be a part of some all SWAC or all MEAC, either preseason or postseason team, especially after a typical season of play. Now, I, for one, will already said Aubrey Miller is not good in coverage. But I also said in the comments, ain't no SWAC linebackers or HBCU linebackers great in coverage. And there's a reason for that. So we're not going to get into the reason, but they suck in coverage. And part of that is because of ability, part of that is because of scheme, and part of it is some other variables that I won't get into in this call. But we have to acknowledge, again, just the doggone hype. We know why Jackson State is hyped over the transfers. We know why FAMU is hyped. They hyped because of transfers.
Okay, so let me say this before I let you go. Yeah, I'm gonna say this before I let you go. Right? It's two ways you can look at this. Right? I will concede the point that you're absolutely right. Doesn't matter what transfer comes in, everybody's gonna be hype about their school getting a transfer. That's one. Two. I've had callers and commenters say this. 9 times out of 10, sometimes just because you went FBS doesn't mean that was where your skill set was. So it could be the fact that you weren't able to play at that level, and D1 AA is actually your level, depending on if you're, 3-star, 4-star, whatever. You could have actually just been like, like D1 AA is where I needed to be. And you can dominate like this. And my last point is to as in Jet and to you as well. And you didn't really say this, but you're kind of saying it. He said that where if you're that good, you can adopt. That's not always true. And and that's a mindset of somebody who does not understand football. Because if I transfer to a school and they change their scheme up, or they don't throw the ball, if I'm a receiver, I played receiver. If I come to your school and you tell me you're going to throw the ball out of 60 plays 30 times, and then I get there and you only throw it 15 to 20, that's taken away from my numbers. That's taken away from my opportunities. That's taken away my chances to be great. So you can't just say that, any great player adopts. That is not always true. Coaches can coach you out of a game. Coaches can put players in positions that is not beneficial.
That's all fact. I agree. Look, I agree with that 100%. Yeah. And before I get off this phone, man, can you please stop hyping up Skelton like he the next best thing since sliced bread?
Listen,
don't do that, bro.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna let you go.
Look,
go ahead. Finish.
Skelton was known as a runner as a freshman. He was known as a runner as a sophomore. He was known as a runner as a junior. He is not going to develop into a damn passer in 3 months in the off season from when the time the spring ended. It's not going to happen. He is a runner, and that's all he is a runner. He is not a passer.
Okay, this is my thing, right? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna have to let you go because I got a couple people on the line. So
all good.
If Skelton is all, let me say this. Skelton has only been, and this is actually making my point. Skelton was never groomed to be a college quarterback because his skill set at running and being a playmaker was all Odom's focused on. And I watched the last 2 years from 19 to this year. You can see that if you could get more out of Skelton if you groomed him to be a quarterback, which means taking the time to give him a quarterback coach, taking the time to groom him as a thrower of the passer, because you already knew he was great with his legs. He just wasn't accurate down the field. So if you add that aspect to his game, he's going to be better. To me, I would take a Skelton over a lot of quarterbacks in the SWAC only because he's a gamer. I love a kid who's going to show up and show out no matter what the game is. If his arm's not on, he's going to do whatever possible to win the game. I can respect that. Now, If that's not what you're looking for, then of course you go with a kill glass. You go with a. But if you want a gamer, like a legit, now don't get me wrong, Kill's a gamer, like he gonna show up. But I'm just saying, if you want, a lot of quarterbacks need stuff to go right for them to feel comfortable. Skelton is not that guy. He's gonna give you everything he has, no matter if his arm is on. He reminds me of Russell Westbrook. That's what he reminds me. He reminds me of Russell Westbrook.
So look, let me cut you off right here. So this is it's semi controversial. The difference between Swac and the top tier FCS programs is the top tier FCS programs would never put Skelton at quarterback.
I don't agree with you.
And the guy is an awesome athlete. The guy's an awesome athlete, as evident by the NFL scouts looking at him as a runner, as a running back. So the issue is he's a glorified running back playing out of position as a quarterback.
That's not true.
He's like those high school kids. They were awesome quarterbacks. They had a semi-good arm, a strong arm. They were fast, but it didn't translate over to the QB position in college.
That's not true.
Same thing.
It's not true.
Hold on. Skelton is the same thing that you clowned the guy from JSU being, Jalen Jones. They're the same caliber athlete.
Go ahead.
No, they are.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish.
Both can run. Both can run. Both have moderate to strong arms, but their accuracy was something that left to be desired, and they didn't have the ability to see the true field. They didn't have true QB vision. So you clown Jalen because he did not have the quarterback intangibles that you thought a true quarterback gunslinger should have. You clowned him, and I came on your show and I said, you know what? I'm team Jalen, but at the same time, I'm team HBCU, and I want to see our players make it to the next level.
All right,
to me personally, Jalen's best chance to make it to the level is playing either free safety or
receiver
or wide receiver.
Yeah, okay.
That's his best chance.
Let me help you out real quick. There's other aspects.
No, you gotta help me out.
You know, I need to. I need to because you think that Jalen and Skelton are in the same picture and they're not. First of all, let me go back to your point. Shoelace, Denard Robinson at Michigan is the same type of athlete Ladarius Skelton is. If you get the right scheme for any player, you can do special things. So stop. That's neither here nor. And it's the same thing for Jalen Jones. If you're asking Jalen to do something that you know his skill set does not acquire him to do, you're putting him in a bad position. If you're asking him to take a 3-step drop and throw a quick slant, then you're putting him in a bad position. That's just bad.
But how's that a bad position when that's the quarterback's role?
How's
that a bad position?
Listen,
and that's the quarterback.
Listen,
so you mean to tell me a quarterback is not designed to take a 3-step drop and find an open receiver?
Listen. What I'm telling you, listen. If you're gonna use a player as a quarterback and you know his strong suit is not throwing the ball, then you have to create a scheme to where it does fit him. You need to do more RPOs, more single reads, more things that get the ball open and he doesn't have to do too much. But if you're asking Jalen to simply do a 3-step drop and read and however, and you know he can't do that, you're putting him in a bad situation. My thing is this, Skelton, I will always choose Skelton over Jalen Jones because I know his intangibles are going to be through the roof. He's going to will my team to a victory before Jalen Jones does it physically. Because if I need a quarterback who, when the chips are down, you're not going to get down because you know you can't make that throw or you can't do this or you can't do that. You're going to do whatever is possible to get the team to where it needs to be. That's why most times Southern was always in position to win the game.
We're going to have to agree to disagree.
Yeah,
on
that's
this one,
cool.
We're going to have to agree because you and I, we see the game a different way because you're saying he's been put in a position, don't put him in a position where his strengths don't lie. And what I'm telling you is that's what good teams do. Good teams force you to do what you don't like to do. And when the Swac plays upper tier FCS programs, that's why we get blown out the water because they know what we don't do well. So what they're going to do is create that atmosphere and create that scheme where we're going to be forced to do something that we're uncomfortable doing. You cannot. All I'm telling you is we can agree to disagree.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Somebody said in the comments, the biggest difference in FCS an FBS, well, in this case, upper tier FCS and a SWAC and MEAC and HBCU football is the O-line, the D-line, and quarterback. And they are 100% absolutely correct. We have mediocre quarterback play in this league. We have mediocre trench play in this league. And if we want these kids to make it to the next level, those are the two critical positions that we have to target first and foremost. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
I didn't ramble long enough, but again, Skelton is not that dude. Do I love him? Do I love him at the next level as a running back? Hell yes. That's my guy.
So,
and I don't even like something like that. But if he going to I support him 100%. If he going as a running back, he got my vote. The boy's a dynamic playmaker at running back. But what I'm trying to tell you is, he's not a quarterback. Half the guys playing quarterback in the SWAC don't need to be playing quarterback. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
The stats back me up on that. I'm just saying.
If you
all
say
right,
so.
Later, bro.
All right, Conscious, anytime. All right, let me say this, right? And I'm gonna get to these. Hey, callers, if you on hold, I promise I'm gonna get to you. This is my thing, right? Conscious makes a valid point, but it first starts with coaching. All right. It first starts with coaching and recruiting. You recruited Skelton and you put him at the quarterback position, then use his skill set accordingly, which is showing you that it's won. Now, in the biggest moments, you called 9 times out of 10 in Southern games have called wrong plays at wrong situations. My point is this: Denard Robinson, and you can go back and watch it. He actually became. I put the phone number in the chat. God, dog, boy, read. All right. He was in Michigan. It's the last time Michigan beat Ohio State. All right. It was the last time Michigan beat Ohio State. End up becoming a running back at the next level. You do what you can with what you have, and you scheme it up accordingly. It does not matter. Listen, if the guy, and listen, I'm not taking nothing away. The reason I don't like Jalen Jones is not because of his skill set. It's because one, because of his skill set, and two, I didn't like his intangibles. I did not like when you watch him play, nothing about him says, oh yeah, like he's gonna wield his. No, he just doesn't have, like, when you watch Skelton play, his swagger comes through the TV. Like, it's a quarterback you will follow, regardless of how the game is going. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little bit of, it's a hit or miss. Hey, go ahead, Dante, talk to me.
What's up, bro?
Yeah.
All right, let me lighten up this. I got some breaking news for you, Scotty. I forgot to tell you about this.
Talk to me.
Look, Mr. Fuller always asks about JSU quarterback room, right?
Mm-hmm.
At the spring game, Dejon gave up 2 catches, so that means that their backups are better than the kill players.
Oh my gosh. Why are you the way you are?
Because the nonsense that man just got finished talking about. Look, if your quarterback is good at running, then the offense is going to be a running offense through the quarterback. If you have a passing quarterback, they're going to pass more. Defenses are stacked up against your strengths. That's the reason why they shut that down. The Swac has good quarterbacks. They just have bad footwork. Their fundamentals are bad. And that's the quarterback coach's fault. So for them just to be on here saying that the Swac have bad quarterbacks, they really, really don't know football. Like I told you, with Jalen Jones, if you watch him on tape, the first thing that you notice about Jalen Jones is before he throws the ball, when he's doing his pre-snap look, he looks at the fucking receiver that he's going to throw it to before the ball even snaps. He stands there flat-footed. He never steps into his throw. He's just throwing with all arm strength. That's the reason why everything is on the rope. He has no different trajectory because he doesn't have any footwork. So all these people that keep coming on here talking like they know football, they really don't know. And it be killing me because you know football and you about to have a heart attack over some bullshit that people just talking just because they watch the game. So don't even listen to that. Keep your show pushing. Just start hanging up on them because they just be talking out the side of their neck for real.
Yeah,
crazy.
I can't, I can't hang up on people because they would be like, oh my God, Scotty doesn't like an opposite of opinion. Like if you don't agree with Scotty, then, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So I respect everybody's opinion. That just is what it is. Like we can always agree to disagree and we can always have difference of opinion, which doesn't bother me none. You know what I'm saying? But you just got to come with facts with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're comparing, like, there's things about quarterbacks other than just arm talent. Like there's some people that just like Tim Tebow is a perfect example that you don't have to be the perfect thrower to win games. He willed a lot of his. Go ahead.
Scotty.
Yeah.
Scotty. It's people in the NFL that are the exact same way. Lamar Jackson, great runner, bad arm, terrible arm.
Well, he has arm strength, just not accurate. He's just not accurate.
Taysom Hill for the Saints. Same thing.
Yeah.
Great athlete running the ball.
Yeah.
Inaccurate throwing. But they're still in the NFL. So there are quarterbacks that's just like the ones in the Swac that make it to the league. So nobody can't say that.
Yeah.
Nobody can't say that. It's just an excuse after excuse for these Swac fans. Stop making excuses. If your team is good, they're good. Skelton is a good quarterback. He has good games. I watched tape on Southern. He has tape that he has been like a great quarterback throwing the ball. And then he has fucked up games. That's called football.
Yeah.
That's called football. That's what it is. Shador's not going to have all good games, but he's going to have some. Akil has some bad games, and he has good ones. So it's just football.
Yeah.
Some defenses are just good. There's damn scheme confuses people. That's football. These quarterbacks would not be starting if they wasn't good. Because Skelton got a hell of a backup that's breathing down his neck, and he still can't get on the field.
Yeah, bubble.
So that tells you that he's a good quarterback. But I ain't gonna hold you. Have a good show, bro.
Hey, man, appreciate you.
All right.
All right, so real quick. So I cannot agree with one thing Mr. Moore said. Lamar can throw. All right. He has a cannon. He can throw that thing. He's just not accurate. He's just not accurate with it, but he can definitely throw that thing. Listen, 3484. I promise you I'm gonna get to you. He was I got a call in front of you, but 3484. I think that's SU Blue Dog or whatever. Hey, make sure you hold on. I promise I'm gonna get to you. Hey, what's up, Mr. Sweet? Talk to me.
Hey, what's happening, man?
What's good?
Hey, we got to stop. We got to stop this color stuff, man. So this dude is talking about it's just us who get excited about transfers. So LSU wasn't happy, or they wasn't geek when they got Burrows. LSU wasn't happy.
Oh, hell yeah, when they got Burrow? Oh, yeah.
They weren't happy.
Ohio State wasn't happy when they got Justin Fields.
Ohio State got Fields.
Yeah.
They weren't happy.
That's real. That's real.
When these cats get these when D1 get these top 5 players, they not happy. The 5 stars, they not happy. So this stuff is crazy.
Yeah.
It's like it's just us. We the only people who get excited. These other teams don't get excited. It's like it's crazy, man. We got to stop, downing ourselves and stuff.
Yeah.
Other people get excited. You don't think no D1 team get excited when they get these, especially the JUCO players, because you've seen them play.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Mr. Ford need to come back on and tell us what's happening with Bethune-Cookman.
Oh,
because it seemed like they disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see their players and stuff. But anyway, I had to come on and say that it's like, stop the color stuff, man. It's only us. We don't have no good quarterback. You don't think it's garbage quarterbacks in D1? No garbage quarterback. We the only people who got garbage quarterbacks.
Yo, that's a good point, yo. That's real. That's real.
You know, we the only people who got garbage quarterback.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. That's real. That's real. Hey, appreciate the call, Mr. Sweet. Anytime. That is funny.
All right, got to get Miss Ford back.
That is funny. Hey, caller, you live. Turn your background down.
I got to get Miss Ford back.
That is funny.
I'm here.
Hey, turn your background down. 3484. You're live. Turn your background down.
Are you Scotty?
Yeah, talk to me.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
This not Mr. Ford. I didn't have a background, so I'm look, this Blue Dog, dog.
Yeah, I know who you are. That's why I made sure.
I'm calling you. Yeah. Okay, well, look, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to talk over you. But look, I just had to call in, man. And you know, I like to poke fun with you. Let me just say this off the top. I like your show. I like your angle. I know what you're doing, but that's good. I love your hustle. I'm serious about that.
Appreciate it.
But let me just say this. When this guy was saying about Skelton is not a quarterback, I mean, first of all, the first thing ran through my head is he actually watching the new NFL? And he made a statement that no FBS was put him at quarterback. I'll take Lamar Jackson for 500, Alex. You know,
yeah.
I mean, you know, it's basically the same thing. And I'm not saying, you know, that he's on a level of Lamar, all that, you know, before anybody lose their mind and all that nonsense. But the reality is the basic fundamentals are the same. And we at Southern University already knew we've already had a beef with Oldham because he couldn't beat OOC schools.
Yeah.
Well, for whatever reason, he just couldn't do that. And we knew that. You know, and we all know that all schools have their nemesis that they can beat. Alcorn is one of those for us. Out of all Swac schools, Alcorn is the only school that has a winning record against Southern University. They're our nemesis. And maybe factor in because Southern doesn't look at Alcorn like they look at Jackson or Grambling. We just don't look at them like that. We love going up to Longmont, Mississippi. We love the rivalry. It's hyped. It's intense. But we don't look at them at that same intensity or respect / hatred as we do Jackson and Graham. And that's the reality of it. I don't know if that's factored into it or not. Where it go over, you know, where it rolls over into the coaching philosophy. But I'll say this, that again, all of us knew that the biggest problem with Skelton was that we never had a quarterback coach there to coach him up, to teach him how to stay in the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
We all knew that.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, as Southern University fans, as real devout Southern University fans, I'm not talking about those of us who just get on Facebook, Twitter, blah, blah, blah. I'm talking about those who put money into it. Okay? We knew that. And that was our beef with Oldham. You know, like, you know, I may be remembering incorrectly, but I know there's a lot, I'll just put it like this. There's a lot of people that said that, well, you know, we're gonna be hard on Oldham because Oldham winning. But yeah, he's winning, but he's not winning the big game.
Yeah. We
love him and we respect him.
Mm-hmm.
We respect everything he did for us. But and everybody that comes to that, and if you know, look at the clips of the new interim coach, he knew from the beginning. And what did he say? Southern is the standard. And he says that. You know why he says that? Because his wife is a Southern alumni.
Mm-hmm.
And she taught him what to expect
from Southern alumnus. You know, and we're going to pay you. We're going to do right by you. But at the same time, we're going to bring the heat on. Because we want to win. And at the very least, we want to be participating in the championship at the end of the game. That's all. If you do that and you do it well, you're good.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do that and you half step and you can do better, then we're gonna have a problem. And the problem with Odom was he could never win an out of conference game. He never says Chad. I hate. Well, I'm not gonna call him guy. I'm gonna just say it. So there's a certain offensive coordinator that left Southern University. He never hired another guy to put in place to coach up the quarterbacks. And the sad part about it is we get a whole bunch of top-notch quarterbacks. A whole bunch of them, trust me, local. And when I'm saying top-notch, I'm talking about locally. You may not know about, we know about, like the guys that when they coached up, boom, okay, where this guy come from? We getting a whole bunch of those guys locally. And you know as well as I know, because I know football, that Louisiana got the talent. But because Odom, for whatever reason, he wouldn't put a quarterback coach in place to coach these guys up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you look at that, it's kind of taking a while. I'll say it like this, I'm trying to be short. I'm trying not to be long, but you look at all the quarterbacks on our roster and you look at their stats in high school, and you have to question why the hell they're not doing better. And I'm not saying they're doing bad. As you said earlier, we're talking about scheme. And he's not putting them in the right position to put their skill set at its maximum. At its maximum. And regardless of what the guy said about, well, you don't think Skelton's a quarterback or run back, regardless, he's kicking their ass. He's kicking 99.9% of the right there. So it really doesn't matter what you call him.
That's funny. Yeah, that's fair. It
really doesn't matter what you call him.
I bet JSU.
And when I used to poke, when I poke at you, Scotty, all the time about we don't care about what you say, what I'm saying is we got to win the tradition. We got a mantra. And what we want to do is be able to at the very least compete. We don't see winning at the end all. What we see is putting in the effort. Putting in the goddamn effort.
You can't.
Putting in the goddamn effort.
You're contradicting yourself. You can't say we have a winning tradition.
No, I'm not contradicting myself.
Yes,
because you can put in the effort and not win, Scotty.
Then what are you putting?
How many teams out there putting effort and don't win? But putting effort. I know you're a former player, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so how many damn games you left off the field and said and lost and said, "Well, I gave it my damn best. I feel good because I gave it my goddamn best." How many? Be truthful.
Probably like 90%. Pretty much like 90% of my games.
Then.
But what I'm saying, then. Listen.
That's what I'm talking about,
no,
Scotty.
You're not.
I mean, we're an FCS. We know we are. We're not P5. We're not FBS. We know who we are.
Hey, relax. Listen.
Okay.
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying, though. You
can't. I'll relax, Scotty. Now, you want me to call in. Don't come up with this relax now. You want to call? I'm trying to say something. Relax, you want me to call in, right?
I'm trying to say something.
Right?
I got, sir. I am
okay. Go on and say it.
All right.
But I'm just saying, am I right? Do you want me to call in?
You're not. You're not. You can't literally say, "Oh my God, we have a winning tradition. Oh my God, we don't care about winning." What the hell is that? That doesn't make any sense.
I did not say we have a winning tradition, Scotty. That's not what I said. I said we have a tradition and we want to win. And at the end of the day, we do have a winning tradition, whether you agree with it or not. Look at the goddamn numbers. In FCS, we in the top 5 in winning percentage.
And how many championships?
So it doesn't matter what you agree with or
and
not.
How many championships?
That's a fact.
And how many championships? Huh?
Excuse me?
You a little quiet now. How many championships? How many Swac championships? What?
Yeah, got it.
What?
We don't,
how many celebration bowls?
What you're saying is what the white boy says. You're serious. We don't participate in that.
championship don't matter. Championship
How many scholarships the Ivy League?
don't matter.
How many championships the Ivy League have?
Championship don't matter.
How many championships does the Ivy League have?
So you're an Ivy League
How
school
many
now?
championships does the Ivy League have?
So you need to be an Ivy League
So
school.
we don't participate.
So you need to be an Ivy League school
in that.
now, huh?
We haven't participated in that in decades.
Huh? Okay.
So miss me with that weak ass argument.
Miss me with that. Miss me with the
championship. You don't even know the history behind that.
Miss me with your
we don't participate in that. It's ridiculous for you to sit there and talk about how many championships.
And this is why I call them the powerhouse. They're the powerhouse of winning with not winning. You're winning, but not winning. And I don't hang up on people. But listen, come on, man. Like, that don't make no sense. Oh, Scotty, we have a winning tradition, but we don't care about winning. What? Where they do that at? Where? Huh? That don't make no sense. So what about them championships? Oh, we don't care about championships. So how do you have a winning tradition? You don't care about championships. Maybe that's the reason why you can't get past Alcorn. Maybe you guys don't. Maybe all you care about is winning enough games to get to the Swac championship, but you don't actually care about winning the championship. I'm getting it now. Now I'm understanding Southern fans. I'm understanding Southernism. It's coming to me. I'm understanding Southern. I get it. I get it. We care about winning, but not championships. Oh. I feel like I just got through a breakthrough. Like, when you're in counseling and you be like, I get it. Like, I see the light now. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what we're talking about. I get it. How did I miss that? You only want to win, but not the championships. Man, I feel so relieved now. I get it. Okay, so let me get this Lamar Jackson argument real quick, and let me school Leon real quick. Right. Also, Lamar got similar yards per play as Brady. He's got to go. Okay, let me help you out here, Leon. Let me explain to you where most of Lamar's completions come from. Okay, since you're so Lamar, like, smart. All right. So Lamar is actually Ryan Stanley in how he processes the field. Inside the numbers, Lamar is legit. Digs, ends, tight ends, post, anything inside the numbers, Lamar is that guy. All right. I'm not taking nothing away from him. But let me help you. If you watch the Titans playoff game, you would see exactly what his deficiency is. He cannot throw accurately outside the numbers, right? Now, a lot of people would say, oh, he doesn't have a big receiver. He doesn't have, he doesn't have the right receivers and everything like that. Nobody was saying that when they was going 13-0, 14-2. Nobody said that. That never came into the picture. But when they met up with the Titans, you know what the Titans said? They said, you're not getting nothing in the middle. We gonna man up on the outside and we gonna zone up the middle. What happened? What happened? What happened? He didn't produce. So all that 7.5 yards of carry, all that stuff, 9 times out of 10 comes in the middle of the field. Now, Lamar is special when it comes to running and, RPOs and all types, special. But at the end of the day, his accuracy outside the numbers is what's going to take him from good to great. All right? Good to great. He has to hit those outside the numbers. I can get 7 yards of pop hitting a tight end on a post, hitting a tight end on a dig route. He takes it and catches it. That's any quarterback can do that in their sleep. But, you make your money by the throwing on the outside. And Blue Dog SU, Scotty is a fraud. No, the only fraud here, my guy, is the fact that you don't know how to hold your liquor. That's one, because you said you was drinking. You already told me that. Two, you don't really know what you're talking about because you literally said, oh my God, Southern has a great tradition, but we don't care about winning. How does that work? Explain that to me. All right. Every QB has them. The Borks forced Mahomes to weak side. Same defensive game plan from the second half. So break Mahomes down. Okay, the Mahomes situation was not the same. All right. First of all, we all know Mahomes is deadly either way. Let's come on, Leon. Like, you got to be like, it can't be. You can't be that like. Come on, like it's Mahomes. It's Mahomes. Like, let's not play. He can throw it wherever, backside, front side. I mean, how do you want it? And honestly, a lot of it is because of how Andy Reid schemes it open. So he can make throws that most quarterbacks can't make. So Andy Reid can call up plays that he wouldn't call for most quarterbacks. That's one. Two, it was offensive line. Their offensive line was garbage. That's why the Tampa Bay, they did a lot of zone blitz, a lot of man blitz. Like, they kept switching it up so you couldn't hone into what they were doing. So it really wasn't about the lack of, like, you know, rolling him out or whatever, because he can throw, he can turn his hips and throw rolling to the left. I've seen it numerous of times. You know what I'm saying? So, but that wasn't the case. The case was he got so much pressure, and Todd Bowles kept switching up the defense on him, so he couldn't just hone into one thing. But he was getting pressure. Like, he hiked the ball, he was getting pressure. So, I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and everybody knows his line let him down. Because if you give Mahomes any kind of time, he's going to find the right guy. You know what I'm saying? And then he literally double teamed Tyreek. He literally took Tyreek out the game. He was like, bro, Tyreek is not beating us. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Scotty is a fraud. I'm the only calling that made his weak butt hang up, but he can't handle the facts. Can't handle the facts. What facts? The only facts that you was like not in your right mind. That's the only facts tonight. Let me see. So what's the issue with the Cowboys since 96? Boy, listen. Oh my God. I don't listen. We don't got enough live stream, okay? First of all, quarterback play has been the issue from like 99 to 2003. Quincy, we went through Quincy, Drew Bledsoe, Vinny Testaverde, Quincy Carter, Vinny Testaverde, Drew Henson, so trying to find a quarterback. Whoo, God. All right, now that's one. Two, Jason Garrett. From 03 to from 03 to 06, we weren't bad. We were good. We just couldn't get over the hump. All right. So 03 to 06, 07, you know what I'm saying? We would go like every other year. And then you had the Tony Romo drop in 03. You had the TO years, 06, 07. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, it's just that. But we were good, just couldn't get over the hump. And then, we met up with I think in 07, that's 14. 07, we met up with I think the Viking. No, the year that New York Giants won in 06, we met them in the playoffs. They beat us. We beat them twice in the regular year. The third year, we beat them twice in the regular season. In the playoffs, they beat us, so they made a run. 07, we were killing Bama's. We met up with the Vikings. That was Brett Favre's year. We messed that up. 08, 9, 10. I think we bounced back in 11. I think we got knocked out by or like from 8. I think from like 8 to like 12, we kept losing that final game of the season and kept getting 8-8 when we could have gotten to the playoffs. So you had that. So we could have went like 9-7 and went to the playoffs. We kept losing to the Eagles like last. And then you got the Des Bryant catch, not a catch. Bro, like, it gets gruesome, bro. Like, it's gruesome. Like let's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, it can get really bad. And first of all, I am a Romo. I love Romo. All right? I love Romo. So y'all can come for me in the comments or what. I love me some Tony Romo. So, you know, that's it. That's neither here nor there. Oh, yeah. Listen, I'll be the first. Listen, listen, and this might sound bad. I am praying for the day Jerry Jones does not wake up and he meets his maker. It sounds bad. I apologize. Lord, forgive me. But I just want to, you know, if Jerry Jones just so happened to not wake up and meets his maker, it would not bother me. I'm gonna just say that. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm not wishing bad. I'm not wishing ill will on Jerry. All I'm saying is if he should just so happen to meet old age, you know, I'm okay with it. I'm okay. It's not really excuses though. I'm just telling you what happened. I'm just telling you what happened. Like that's why we've been asked since '96. Like I'm just telling you, you know, I'm just telling you I didn't make excuses. I just said that's what happened. The upper room. I'm telling, bro. The upper room. Listen, I am waiting. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm probably, you know how people have like a divorce party? Like, I'm probably gonna have like a Jerry Jones going away party. Like, I'll be like, all my Cowboys fans come over and kick it at the crib. We got cake, we cutting up, eating pizza, watching the funeral on the TV. You know what I'm saying? Because you know it's gonna be a crazy parade in Dallas or something like that. So I'm okay. I'll be cool with it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just leaving that alone. You know what I'm saying? So listen. I'm just tired. You know, like when you're in a relationship, you're like, bro, I can't give no more. I can't keep doing this. Like, that's how I can relate to Swac fans, is because when JSU fans say, oh my God, we leave attendance and a football program is trash, I feel that, and y'all act like I'm getting on y'all hating. I'm a Cowboys fan. Jerry Jones sells out this freaking stadium every year. It don't matter if we go 6-10, 2-14. He sells out every year, but that doesn't mean our football is good. That's how I can relate. I understand you. All right. So what I'm saying is simply this. Attendance don't mean nothing. Don't mean nothing. So he said, man, they cloned Jerry. They cloned Jerry. Listen, boy, I swear to God, I'll give that team up if it's a Jerry Jones part 2. If I see him come back 30 years younger, I'll be like, oh, nah, I can't do this. Hit him with a Benjamin Button. Oh, nah. I'm done. I have to put the star away. I ain't even gonna hold you. I gotta put the star away. But hey, listen, I was supposed to be 30 minutes ago. Because immediately, what? See, this is how I know you drinking. This is how I know you drinking. This boy putting threes and because he not finishing sentences. You know, he capitalizing stuff that don't need to be capitalized. Like, what are we doing? Take your old ass to bed, bro. Like, stop playing. Like, where is your wife? Get him off. Get him either off the computer or off the TV. Turn the Roku off, okay? He said I'm going to grip walk on Jerry. I might. Listen, yo, Tyree, like listen, I might do that, bro. I might do that. I ain't gonna hold you. Oh, I might do that. Listen, that's funny. That's a good one. Oh man, that's good. Everyone that watch OFFScript should keep Cowboys this in their back pocket. If things go left on the show, you have no ammo. Okay, listen. I'm a realist though. I'm not a over emotional fan. You know what I'm saying? I'm really not a you see it. Don't play. She's still here. Okay, EA. Don't play. All right. This is what EA said. And this is what she said. We're not doing that, sir. Stay in your lane. She said, stay in your lane. Don't start. Because she will embarrass you. All right. She will embarrass you. So, oh man, yeah. Just say Dallas 8-8. Well, we won't be 8-8 no more. 17 games, my guy. So get you a new joke. get you a new joke. All right. This one, Tyron, you got, yeah, that's funny. This is the one for me. That was funny. Crit Walker and Jerry, that's funny. As soon as Scotty raised his voice, we knew it was a 2-hour stream. And I was trying to, Blue, I told my girl, I said, bro, I'm going to try to keep these to 2 hours and less. And still, because I know nobody, like once I post this stuff, Blue, don't nobody watch a full 3-hour live stream. You know what I'm saying? Unless you actually on here, don't nobody be rewatching this stuff at 3 hours. That's why I got to put timestamps in the joint. Because I got to end up helping people out because they, you know, stuff like that, man. So, yeah. So, and people want to be dumb and say some stupid stuff like Jalen Jones and Darius Skelton are in the same category. The disrespect is real. Like, no, sir. 8-1. Man, I'm not messing with y'all, man. I am not messing with y'all. I'm done. Listen, I'm out of here. Y'all killing. Y'all think y'all stupid. Hey, listen. Appreciate you for tuning into OFFScript, man. You've been watching OFFScript Live. Listen, I am still going to make this a podcast so you guys can listen to it on your way to work, you know, stuff like that. So stay with me. I promise I'm gonna make it happen. I'm probably gonna get with Blue Bloods. I'm gonna make him help me because all his stuff is on his podcast. I'm gonna make him help me. So, hey, until next time, you know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna holler. God bless.